Hello. Misconduct.
A lot of my videos are very fun and lighthearted, so I joke around a lot and that's my personality, but this video is different. Everything in this video is 100% real that I'm going to talk about. It actually happened and I'm not joking around. So a few days ago, I was at work, working at my shop, and my guys come up to me and they're like, hey, there's like 6 cops coming down the driveway, and they're confused. I'm like, right, good one, guys. You're gonna prank me. So I walk outside and right away they say, Mr. Detweiler, put your hands behind your back. And I'm like, is this a joke?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's me. Take hands in your pocket.
Yep. Is there a reason why?
Is this a joke?
They arrest me
first.
Without at the
You are first to donate anyway. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer. Yeah, that does kind of look like a carbon fiber cowboy hat.
You're back. Let me guess, you didn't win the lottery, did you, VG?
No, but I'm gonna win the next one. Nobody won, so it's 70 million next draw. So, in a few days, I'll be 70 million richer. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
At this point telling me why. I still have zero clue. I'm very cooperative, very cooperative. I'm looking at my guys like, is something going on here? And obviously they have no clue what's going on either. So these cops have walked down my whole driveway. My gate was shut, so they couldn't get in. They walked all the way down. And after like 2 minutes of us asking why, and one of them tightening the handcuffs until they wouldn't go anymore, they show us a piece of paper that says, this is a warrant for tax evasion.
What's this for?
This is for tax evasion.
And right away, I'm like, tax evasion? Because I've paid nearly dollars to the IRS and state. I've paid all my taxes. It might look like what we do is illegal and sketchy, but...
Why wouldn't they just give him a notification that he has a warrant and then just let him turn himself in? It's really weird that they'd bother doing this.
I do everything within legal parameters, so we're very careful to pay our taxes. I have a great accountant that keeps track of everything. There was some word spreading around that I don't pay my taxes. I pay a lot more than what I should probably, actually. I think I'll go through this after and look at what I've been paying to make sure it's not too much. Nonetheless, I'm like, okay, the handcuffs are tight enough, and he keeps tightening them, like squeezing them tighter.
Is this the final stream, though, because the next lottery is a few days or like you said?
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Like, I'm gonna run. I was very cooperative. None of us did anything disrespectful whatsoever. But we filmed it, right, because it's for our protection as well. Just as they have a body cam, this is America, people are on camera. And they're on my property as well. So they have a warrant for tax evasion. Of course, I have no clue what this is for. They won't explain why. I had not gotten a letter, a text, an email, a notice in the mail. Nobody got the slightest bit of notice what this could have been for. And I didn't even find out for several days after I was arrested. So yeah, we have everything on camera. I'll play the video here so you guys can be caught up and see what happened.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, well, I have a warrant for diesel. Take hands in your pocket.
Yep. What's this for?
I don't know. Is there a reason why?
Is this a joke?
No, these are guys agents with the state oath on it.
Okay.
Here we go.
What's that? Put the rear from you real quick. Any weapons, anyone?
No, sir.
No? Even in your complaint technique?
No, sir. What's the paper? Is that the warrant?
Yeah.
No. Well, he has a warrant. This is a criminal summons
Okay.
out of circuit court.
What is this for?
This is for tax evasion.
Okay.
Can I see that?
Who are you? The CLL of the company.
Is that what this whole thing is for?
Give
Taxes?
him his copy. If he wants to give it to this guy, that's cool. 401.
Are you cool with him accepting that on your?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's what this is about.
The sheriff's department has this for the company, Whistling Diesel, or whatever your company is called, but the state agents have warrants for you individually.
Oh, so the other stuff.
Yeah.
New peers ments. Valentina Gomez joins and bashes all Muslims.
I don't want him in our.
All right. We can watch that.
Great, now that you're back, react to this.
All right, let me see.
The notion that somehow radical Islam would be comfortable with simply controlling some province in Iraq or Syria is just not borne out by history. Radical Islam has shown that their desire.
Really? They literally say that's what they want to do. Oh my God, the Young Turks are so cucked.
Is not simply to occupy one part of the world and be happy with their own little caliphate. They want to expand. It's revolutionary in its nature. It seeks to expand and control more territories and more people.
Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, is making that argument about radical Islam. As we are all witnessing, Israel annexed land from Syria.
That's her go-to. She's saying that when Syrian Islamic jihadists are massacring Christians and Druze. Like, what a fucktard. They're not a new, what are they doing? Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donate chillers. What would you actually do with 70 million? Where would you buy property? I'd probably buy a house. Not sure where exactly. Probably closer to Toronto. And probably do a lot more relaxing. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
Just wondering why you still don't have your driver's license. Is it just laziness or fear of driving or what? Any plans to get one in the near future?
I ride motorcycles in the winter, and you're asking if I'm afraid of driving. It's just being practical reasons, pretty much. I've been able to get around on my bike just fine. And car plus insurance is just more expensive, and getting a driver's license is also more of a hassle. With a motorcycle license, it's super easy. Car license, you have to, only drive on certain roads, and you have to have, a passenger with another license. It's fucking retarded. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get one soon. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer.
Why do the Young Turks deny how evil Muslims and Islam are, VG?
Because they want to gaslight you and try to destroy society. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Alright, we'll watch that next.
It's same stuff.
It's both tests, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's for you as an individual and the LLC.
Okay, the cuffs are tightened up. Are you unlocking those or tying them up?
I'm putting them where they want tightened more.
Okay.
Is this a joke? Are you guys? No, it's not joking.
It's legitimate.
I just paid like $1 to the IRS, so.
This is state, not federal.
Oh, just say.
State, yes.
This is county, and it's from Williams County. That's what we're serving. They're with the state. They're serving something completely different. We're just
Wait,
escorting
what's
them up
the
there.
completely different one?
No, it's the same
Or
case.
they're both tax evasion.
Yeah, it's tax evasion. It's for you personally and for the company.
Okay.
The Department of Revenue.
Not federal.
No, state.
It's all state.
The Tennessee Department of Revenue got indictments against you as an individual and the LLC.
Not sure what this is for, but they say it's tax evasion. I just paid like dollars to IRS in the last 2 years, so we've made regular payments. So I'm not sure what this is about. So we'll see what it's for.
Mr. Detweiler, what this is it's state, not federal.
Okay, right.
So it has nothing to do with the IRS. You have a bond that was set by the judge at $20,000. Okay.
Have they tried contacting me about this? Because I haven't.
They contacted us today and asked us to come out here and assist them with serving the warrant,
So
which
this
is
is for
why
20.
the sheriff's office is
So this is
here.
for 20 grand.
No, the bond is 20 grand.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what the amount is.
You could be out in the next few hours, just according to how quick the jail can get you processed.
Okay, where's he going now?
Williamson County Jail on Century Court.
No.
I mean, you guys
It's
can
408
all the way
Century
to
Court.
the road.
Just meet him
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
You want someone to open the gate and you pull up?
It'll take a few
All
hours.
right.
Just be
You
patient.
just walk with us, I guess.
Get our steps in for the day.
All right, this is my first actual arrest.
There's a lot of lack of communication between different departments, so he may have paid, and then somebody just didn't bother to tell the right person that he didn't pay, that he paid, and then this happened.
I guess. We walk all the way back up my driveway. I was like, I'll give you guys the gate code and you can bring your cars down and pick me up. We can make this so convenient for everybody. I'll give you all the gate code if you want to just drive in next time though. I mean, is this why the helicopter was over our place?
No.
All right.
We should have brought the helicopter.
You should have.
Jesus. That's a long-ass walk.
You guys have like accountants and a
Hopefully if the Muslims end up taking over the world, the young Turks like Cenk and Anna will be the first to die.
Yeah, we can only hope. Maybe they could just die and then they fail at taking over the world. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
If you were invited to appear on Piers, would you eat a suit? Or would you wear a hoodie?
I think I'd probably wear a hoodie. I don't really want to eat a suit. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer.
attorneys and stuff, like it should be squared away. I don't know. This is really unexpected.
The most money we've spent is on taxes. So yeah, all taxes are paid in full.
I make monthly payments from my accountant, like probably $1 a year for taxes. So we'll see what it's about, unless those haven't been getting made. But very interesting. I have no clue what it's for, so I guess I'm going to jail.
Dude, this is insane.
They got the cuffs and everything. The cuffs are on my wrist.
And it's not a prank.
Can I get the Bluetooth or something today? Joe Tyler.
See ya. See you, man.
I swear, this is some.
Hi, Cody.
He didn't always say he wanted to go to jail. He literally said that like 2 weeks ago.
What?
I'm being very cooperative and chill, and I know some people at the sheriff's office, like, we're friends. I let them hunt on my property. So I was quite taken aback that no one was talking to us or communicating to us. I'm a very, in real life, I'm a very chill person. Like, I'll joke around and have fun. I was being very respectful. I'm like in my Christmas sweater, I'm just chilling, and all my guys are like so confused. Like, they think I've done something terrible. They're like, what did Cody do? And I'm like, what did I do? I had no clue what I did. And so I thought, I was like, are they pinning me for like a murder? I was like actually worried it was something like crazy. And they're like, oh, tax evasion. I'm like, okay. They sent me an unmarked car. They say, hey, the bail is 20 grand. There was a lot of word spreading around that it was 2 million. They left out the comma in the...
Can we see your YouTube 2025 recap?
I don't know what that is. Thanks for the donation though, nigga.
Period. That's how fast the media can spread something false. I thought it was funny though. They're much more polite at the sheriff's station, but they had the handcuffs like so tight I could not move my hands. They must have thought I was gonna fight back, considering they saw the tank and the killdozer when they were walking in. They were probably quite concerned actually. I'm being booked into jail. Some of them are fans there. They're like laughing, like, what is he doing in here? And they're like, I heard like
Justin Trudeau impression.
My fellow Canadians, I'm sure you have all heard today that there was a horrible, horrible mass shooting in Nova Scotia over the weekend. And our administration wants to make sure that criminals have the right to have sex with and impregnate your wife. So from this day forward, we are banning all guns in Canada, and we're also going to allow criminals to have sex with and impregnate your wife, so that everyone can be a cuck just like me. There's the Justin Trudeau impression. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer.
Oh, I've never seen that one before. Tax evasion. I fill out some paperwork saying I'm not suicidal and all this. I go into a jail cell. There's a guy next door banging on the walls and screaming bloody murder and like clawing his way out. I'm like, am I gonna be in there with that guy? Because I will fight him if I have to. And they put me in my own cell, so that was nice. They put me in my own jail cell, and I was expecting, I know we're getting off track here, I was expecting jail to be a lot worse, I'll tell you that. I'm moving out of this to save some money because I have some other expenses not related to this whole thing, maybe Bugatti. And the space I'm moving into is actually smaller than what the jail cell was. And I was like, this has a bathroom, the floors are clean. I took off my orange Crocs and I was in my socks doing squats in there. I was weightlifting in my jail cell. And I was in there.
This coot from Billy and Mandy perfectly describes the Muslims' evil land in a nutshell.
And they'll destroy us all to...
I hate that clip. That is so fucking annoying. I can't stand it. Yeah, I'm not watching that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
There for me.
Ross, donate $2. Ross is a psychopath.
You are going to Mars.
Who the fuck is this asshole? What a piece of shit. I hope that guy gets hung, drawn, and quartered. Thanks for the donation, Ross.
Maybe 2 hours, my friends got me out. I love my team. They helped me very quickly. Within 3 hours, I was out of jail.
We need $22,000 right now.
Where's that bag of cash?
Nick, do you have any cash on you?
I got like $6.
I think
Jay, how much cash do you have on you?
I got an empty gum pack. I got 25, 30.
Oh my gosh. We don't have any money to bail Cody out. He's gonna be in there for like 5 months.
Oh, I have $20.
Here.
You've reached the offices of Saul Goodman and Associates. Your one-stop shop for Better Call Saul.
All right, so we're here to bail Cody out, and we came prepared. Not sure how much his bail is, but hopefully this is enough. Yeah, I need to bail my buddy out of jail.
Okay, what's his name?
Cody Detweiler.
It's gonna be a few hours.
He's probably not even to jail yet.
Yeah, they gotta book him and everything.
Yeah, we're gonna take our sweet time and get lunch, have a couple drinks, celebrate this, and then be back. Thank you. $20 bond. Insane.
It's not $2 million.
Can you make it $2 million? Thank you so much.
That was brutal.
Brutal?
It's really bad. I might come back tomorrow though. I don't even know what that was about. I still don't know. I have zero clue why I came here. After the first couple days, like it got like really hard for me. Bond is an amount of money promising that you will go to your court date. If you don't, they keep the money. So the $20,000 is used for that. And of course, we're like, all right, I'm not gonna stay in jail for 3 months.
Is it true that Sneeko is no longer Muslim?
He was never Muslim. It was just some stupid fucking meme. It's all just grift. He was doing it because Tate did it. Thanks for the donation, though, Speed Racer.
Months or 6 or however long this is. The next court date is in January. So I get out of jail, and I was like, I'm not gonna post it yet because I don't know all the details yet. I didn't know why, and I was like, I just want to see when people find out. Within 3 hours, it was everywhere. The whole world knew. So you may be wondering what all this is for, why 5 cops showed up my door and arrested me after having a clean record. This is for sales tax on one car, my Ferrari. That doesn't exist anymore. It's in a cube because it accidentally caught on fire. Not even in Tennessee, it caught on fire in Texas. That's what this is about. Not a letter, not a notice, not anything saying, hey, you owe the sales tax on this car, nothing. This is the Montana title, clean title, to my $400,000 Ferrari F8, which sales tax in Tennessee would be roughly $30,000 or something like that. And so this car, this Ferrari, was titled and registered in Montana. I should remind you, 85% of luxury car owners have a business in Montana. There is an option to have a business in Montana that holds your assets, that is not you, it holds your assets in Montana, where you can run business.
They do that so they don't have to pay outrageous prices for plates.
Business out of. That just so happens to not require sales tax on specifically vehicles or luxury items, especially many luxury car owners have businesses in Montana. Currently, we are asking the state, what is the qualification for the amount of time that that vehicle would be in or operated out of Tennessee? Considering the car burned down in Texas and it was traveling in other states while I owned it. Considering the amount of manpower they sent, the car doesn't exist anymore, the amount of money it's over, and the fact that there's pedophiles on the streets, the fact that there's people out there killing people. And that's quite alarming considering this country's in a desperate position to take care of important matters. Sorry, I'm gonna try to stay chill. It's actually angering. Like, I'm not mad that this is happening to me. I'm a YouTuber. I'm the best person this could have happened to, frankly, because this would affect a lot of other people. I've been in this position before where a much bigger government entity was coming after me, and I stood my ground. I don't put up with this because, frankly, I know a lot of people that could be in the same position I am in right now, and they might not stand up as well to it. Not to mention the fact that I'm trying to start a family. I have a girlfriend who's Russian, actually. I moved her to Dubai.
So he legally found a way not to pay sales tax, and then they arrested him for not paying sales tax.
The biggest...
Fucking retarded. 21st Century Tillers, what would you nickname this asteroid? I have an idea. Do we have the same idea? I don't know. What are they learning? I have no idea. Yep. More than 10 black men beat a white man and his girlfriend. I don't think I can watch this video. Yeah, it's fucked up. Thanks for the donation.
Do you remember who it was that donated $1,000 to eat cheesecake? I don't even remember if you ate it. I just remember you got high and fell asleep.
No, I ate it. I did fall asleep after eating it, but I did eat it. I don't remember who gave me the money for it. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer.
This news story of the week: WhistlingDiesel's arrest. We got some drama news first, and then we'll get into Whistling's biggest fan. I watch every video. I love Whistling. I have been on the record talking about how much I adore WhistlingDiesel. Yeah, we bought evasion for Montana plates on his car, on his Ferrari. And which he destroyed.
By burning down a cornfield.
It burned down a cornfield.
That's all that's upset Filippo. Filippo's upset about the corn.
He has already come out, and I've decided I'm going to use our podcast today, the largest automotive podcast, to do a little Montana plates rant. I think it's time to just really cover this and shut this all down.
Right, buckle in, Filippo. Here we go.
I am back for a
Whistling,
day.
who I love dearly and sincerely, has already gone on his Instagram and started to advocate for himself, using the primary argument that people who do the Montana plate thing use, which is, I don't own the car, a business in Montana owns the car, therefore I am not liable to pay taxes in my state of Tennessee. There's only one problem with that. The law in the state of Tennessee, which I have right here, disagrees with you. The law is very clear. It says a non-resident owner of a private passenger automobile, that would be the Montana LLC, is the non-resident owner, who operates the vehicle in this state, shall not be entitled to reciprocity in a period in excess of 30 days. And the problem with the argument, well, I don't own the car, they own the car in Montana, so the state law doesn't distinguish. And this is the issue that almost everybody has when I see these arguments on Renlist and on Ferrari Chat and on Reddit. Oh, but I don't own the car.
All right. So he did an oops.
Our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas.
I don't fear the groomers. I don't fear the pedophiles. I don't fear the corrupt politicians. And I definitely do not fear the dirty Muslims.
Valentina is just a bigot, plain and simple. And you can tell by looking at her that her...
This is the fucking guy who is saying Israel needs to be fucking destroyed, basically. He was advocating for, like, literally a second Holocaust. And this dipshit is like, she is a bigot, she hates Muslims, she's Islamophobic. I saw this guy debating with Destiny and some other people. He plays that game where it's like, oh, I don't want to kill all the Jews. I just want, like, you know, Israel to be, you know, destroyed. I just want Palestine to be free. Well, what does that look like in their worldview? Obviously, it looks like every fucking Jew in Israel getting killed. Like, these people are just fucking scumbags. I can't stand them.
Her IQ hovers around room temperature.
Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have killed more people than Jeffrey Dahmer with his illegal strikes. Dude, I've killed more people than Jeffrey Dahmer, and I don't think I'm a bad guy.
The scale of the Minnesota fraud scandal is jaw-dropping by anyone's measure. More than $1 billion has been illicitly drained from welfare programs, mostly by members of the large Somali community. At least some of that money is thought to have ended up in the coffers of Islamist terror group Al-Shabaab. And some of the early attempts to investigate this mass fraud were reportedly silenced over fears of racism. We've seen this story before. There's uncomfortable echoes of a UK grooming scandal in which the systematic abuse of young white girls by mostly Pakistani men was shamefully ignored over fears of stoking racial tensions. But just as it's absurd and abhorrent to argue that every British Muslim man is a rapist, it's clearly wrong to say that every one of the 16,000 Somalians in the US are thieves. That's why many are unhappy with some of the rhetoric pouring from the White House.
I hear they ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks. And we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
Well, anyone who thinks the president himself is an Islamophobe might want to check with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia or the Emir of Qatar. But there's no doubt that his words...
Dodo donated $2. Let me see.
I think affordability is the greatest country. They look at you and they say, affordability. They don't say anything else. Everyone says, oh, their prices were so low. No, they had the worst inflation.
Well, we know where this is going.
Okay, so this is a quote from Sun Yat-sen. He says, quote, "We regarded the Russian defeat by Japan as a defeat of the West by the East. We regarded the Japanese victory as our own victory. Now, We know that just 10 years prior, China and Japan had fought a war together. We know that in 20 years, there's going to be a brutal invasion of China by Japan, where millions of Chinese will die. So help me understand why during this period, at least to Chinese revolutionaries and reformers, it seems like Japan is the power to emulate.
All right. Well, first of all, he's the founding father of modern China. It's one of the few things that the Taiwanese and the PRC agree on. Also, understand when the Manchus lose, in Chinese, the war is called the Qing Japanese War, Manchu Japanese War. So the Japanese are defeating the Manchus, who you may not particularly like if you're a Han nationalist. So you can relate to that. And the Japanese, they got in and out of that thing. And I think that's the key. And the really, really, really ugly, brutal stuff is going to happen in the Second Sino-Japanese War, where the Japanese do things that are unforgivable.
When are you going to move to Singapore, VG? Never. They have palm trees, tons of vegan foods. And it's right next to Kuala Lumpur. They have no... Singapore has no basic rights and freedoms. So you can't, like,
This is everything
It's illegal to offend somebody there. So I'd never live there.
I ate at a customizable dry hot pot as a vegan. I was honestly spoiled for choice. First I went for the oyster and king oyster mushrooms, then a whole ton of bean curd skin because it's rich in protein and tastes amazing in mala. For the greens, they only had Shanghai green, which is a type of bok choy. Then we added more fried bean curd skin and yuba, some firm tofu as well. Even the noodles here are pretty healthy, so we went with the spinach and sweet potato noodles. This entire colorful meal cost about $27 for 2 people. We got less spicy as the spice level, but they did have a sauce station where you can add more sauce to make it more spicy. All in all, I think this was the healthiest mala I've ever eaten. The restaurant
Yeah, looks good. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
You look tired. Did you work out today? Will this become a slipstream?
I didn't work out today. I'm not working out for the rest of the week. It's a week off for me. I am a little tired, but probably not too tired where it's going to be a sleep stream. Thanks for the donation, though, James.
Even this guy is going after Andrew Tate now.
Like Andrew Tate at all, you're an idiot. Okay? Like, if you like Andrew Tate this much, if you literally just, even if you're just like, well, he says a few good things. You know what? You're just saying, I'm an idiot in a few areas. Because no, he doesn't say any good things. He doesn't teach anything right. He doesn't say anything right. And you're just showing how stupid you are if you fall for that piece of crap for 1 second, that evil, human trafficking, pimping piece of garbage. He's so super incredibly wicked, I can't even. And if you like him at all, you're just showing how either you're an idiot or you're carnal or you're wicked or whatever. I don't know what's wrong with you. Slap yourself in the face and just never listen to him again. That has nothing to do with the sermon, and I wasn't going to do that. But, you know, the Spirit of the Lord came upon me. What can I say?
Well, it's understandable. Thanks for the donation, nigga.
If you find the time later, VG, you should really watch this brand new animated short from an ex-Disney animator, VG. It's amazing and has quickly gone viral.
Didn't you try to get me to watch this horse shit before? Yeah, you've tried to get me to watch this before. Yeah, whatever. I've already seen that. You linked me that like 80 times demanding me to watch it like years ago. I'm just gonna go grab a drink. I am thirsty. And I need refreshment. I'll be right back.
It's a deload for Richard right now. Like every other week basically lol. Nigga barely works out at this point. He works hard for like 2 weeks doing 1 to 2 hour workout sessions but then takes tons of time off and Cope calls them deloads when they're not.
That's great. Thanks for the donation, dude. Kid Boo donated $2.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people.
He's not wrong about a lot of this, ironically.
Let's say, let's go. Come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain.
Like, Ilhan Omar is a piece of shit.
They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I agree with the sentiment.
Tell me, when does any big bodybuilder like Larry Wheels or anyone else deload, let alone this much? Maybe once every year for like a week, maybe once every 2 years. You already had a month off training this week, plus 2 more weeks, now another week. Our country is at a tipping point partly because of people like him.
Yes, he doesn't seem to realize he's part of the problem. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Carry weight with the people who support him. And just as we saw in the aftermath of a National Guard terror attack carried out by an Afghan immigrant who'd worked with the CIA, many think it's now open season on all Muslims. Republican congressional candidate Valentina Gomez, who's listening in and joins us shortly, posted this.
Texas, I've officially filed to become your next congresswoman. So the choice is yours. Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas. For me, this is just an election. But for you and your daughter, this is your life. Because Texas has only gotten more Muslim under these weak Republicans. New York City already fell to Islam. So did Michigan and Minnesota. And you're next in line. If Texas falls to Islam, it's simply because you didn't vote correctly. God bless you all.
Well, many people who railed against woke identity politics, including myself, said they were doing so because they believe in a free market meritocracy. Judge people by what they do and not what they are. Stop dividing everybody into fighting factions based on skin colour or religion and claiming your team is under existential attack. Security and immigration is a separate debate, and we're going to have it in a moment. But I have a simple message for everybody now blaming every Muslim for every one of their problems. Stop being so woke. And we'll debate all this with my panel in a moment, but joining me now is Tricia McLaughlin, the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs at the Department of Homeland Security. Welcome. First of all, there are lots of legitimate issues with immigration in the United States, as indeed there are in my country. And I've said this a few times on my show recently, that I think most Americans agree with the extraordinary success of the Trump administration in basically shutting down the southern border after how porous it was under the Biden administration. Most Americans I've spoken to agree that if an undocumented person in the United States commits a crime separate to their status, they should be deported. The flashpoint comes when you get to the next stage, which is people who are being rounded up and perhaps deported simply for being undocumented, and that's a more contentious issue. But we now have a new flashpoint in this debate.
We all have stupid, retarded nigger names, right? It's that funny. Like Richard Burgess. Sounds like retard Burgess. Frank Tufano. Right? How funny is that? Frank Tufano? It sounds like Tefano? Yeah. Do you fucking hear yourself, you retarded nigger?
Thanks. Thank you for that.
The appalling attack on the National Guard by an Afghan who'd been brought here, obviously, from the war, where that person had helped with America and the Allied forces there. But you also have this issue with the Somalians. I guess my question for you is, can we make forceful points about these things without descending into what many people think is deeply inflammatory rhetoric? Whether it's what I just quoted there from Valentina Gomez about dirty Muslims, or whether it's the president himself, calling Somalia garbage and all the rest of it. Do we have to be more careful about the language we use as we make the points we want to make?
Well, Pierce, I'm less concerned about policing people's words, and I'm way more concerned about public safety. And what we're seeing here, I think we have to get back to base camp and say, how did we get here? Well, first of all, with the individual who's the terrorist who committed that heinous attack and killed one of our heroes, one of our National Guardsmen, he entered under Operation Allies Welcome. Unfortunately, under the Biden administration, he was paroled in the country with very little vetting, virtually no biometric vetting, no criminal background check, no cyber, no financial crime background check. Really what happened was that they took people that this individual knew, took as statements of facts, their backing of this individual, and he went on to commit that heinous attack as well. They were not doing asylum interview checks when he came into the country. So what the Trump administration has really had to do is get back to how are we vetting the people who are coming into this country, whether it be under parole, whether it be under visas. So we have re-implemented social media vetting, biometric, making sure we're definitely doing those background checks, whether it be financial crimes, cyber, XYZ. We have to know who's in this country because that's what it's all about, is public safety. Your country, Pierce, we know that you want to know who is in your country and make sure that they have your country's best interests at heart. And that is the same with the United States of America.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that.
Dodo $22. Why does everyone had hate on the Jews for no reason? What did they do? They work hard, they don't commit terrorism, and they are smart and some of the most productive people in society, if not the most. What the fuck? Like, okay, yeah, as if Guinness wasn't bad enough.
Have you ever had Jewish food? It kinda sucks.
I've had potato pancakes, they're good. Bagels are good. Thanks for the donation, Speed Racer. Yeah, if Guinness wasn't already bad enough, there you go. Fucking retards. Well, thanks for the donation, Dodo.
It's estimated there are 260,000 people of Somalian descent in the United States, according to the latest census numbers. The largest population is in Minneapolis-St. Paul, home to about 84,000 Somalians, of which 58% were born in the United States. And I guess the point that people are making is it fair to tar every Somalian with the same brush of being a...
Yeah, Jews aren't the only ones who practice circumcision, fucking idiot.
...criminal, when many of them may be completely law-abiding citizens living perfectly law-abiding lives?
Well, we're following the facts, the data, and the analysis here, and we're looking at leading indicators. So take Somalia or take Afghanistan. If you have a failed regime and these individuals are coming from this country, the United States, to some degree, is reliant on information from the country of origin to get the information for that background check, for that vetting. So if you have a terrorist regime like the Taliban giving the United States information or withholding information about this public safety threat this individual may pose to the United States.
First the Trader Joe boycott, now this with the world records. What's next?
Yeah, pretty retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
That's not information we can rely upon. We might be allowing another terrorist to come into this country. And then there's another aspect of this that Homeland Security investigation does an incredible job on. And I do have to give kudos to the Trump administration, because this has been a whole of government approach, is we're really looking holistically at the data. What are the leading indicators if someone's going to be a public safety threat, potentially a terrorist, potentially a public charge, so they're using our social safety net as a hammock? Those are all things that we look at, whether it be Somalia, whether it be Afghanistan, or what are the other 19 countries of concern.
So at the moment, it's looking like there's a focus on these 19 countries, but a possible expansion of a travel ban to more than 30 countries. What timescale are you looking at for these suspensions?
As far as the pause, or as far as when we're going to release that list, Pierce?
Well, both, actually.
As far as that pause, I think it's going to be, we're going to have to really follow the data here and review these on a case-by-case basis. We want to make sure we're fair here, but we're also not letting people into the country who might pose a public safety threat. That's a huge issue. I think it was a wake-up for a lot of Americans. This has been something that we've been focused on with USCIS since day one. Of course, illegal immigration has gotten a lot of focus in this country, as it should, as it is such an important issue. But of course, there is the legal immigration system in this country as well. It wasn't just these nearly 200,000 Afghan nationals who came into this country after September 2021, but there was a swath of parole programs, really millions of individuals who came into this country. We have to evaluate those individuals as well, those green card holders and others who received immigration benefits. And as far as when that list is going to be released, Secretary No made this recommendation to the president. My understanding is he's reviewing it, and so it'll be on his timetable.
What do you say to the millions of Muslims who are looking at these travel bans and thinking that the Trump administration doesn't want Muslims in America? I think there are 4 or 5 million Muslims in the United States at the moment. Again, the vast majority of whom have committed no crimes. What's your message to those people?
The number one responsibility and duty of an elected leader, namely the President of the United States, is to protect his people. We just faced a terrorist attack on our soil a week ago. The President has the right, this administration has the right to look at who's in our country and make sure that this will never happen again. But Pierce, I also think it's important for your viewers to know it wasn't just this individual under Operation Welcome, Allies Welcome, that posed a terroristic threat. Just 24 hours before that terrorist plot occurred, there was another individual out of Fort Worth, Texas, who was threatening to blow up a building in Fort Worth. He also entered the country under Operation Allies Welcome. So, of course, we have to look at this.
I mean, I concur. I would point out, of course, you've had a lot of US citizens, service people, who've committed terrible crimes as well. It's not exclusive to people that have come in on these programs. And secondly, when you have people who have been directly helping the United States in war zones at great risk to their own lives, there is a duty of care there, isn't there?
I say cry I Samick bitches boo hoo hoo.
Yeah, who cares? Like, these are awful people. Even if they're not committing crimes, they're still just awful. So, yeah, fuck them. Fuck these people. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Because if they all get set back to, say, Afghanistan, then the Taliban is very likely to execute them.
Pierce, you brought up a fantastic point about domestic crime here in the United States. We do have U.S. citizens who are carrying out crime on a day-to-day basis. It is, again, the job and duty of a leader to make sure that problems at home are solved before you bring in more people who could potentially pose a national security threat. Why would we bring in more people who could...
Yeah, I hate it when fucking wokies make that argument where... Oh, well, you know, native citizens commit more crime. So what do you have a problem with importing more immigrants? I see. So bring in more pieces of shit. Okay.
Could potentially commit crimes against other human beings, against other Americans. And as far as those who did help out American citizens, as far as helping out our U.S. military on the ground in Afghanistan, that's absolutely something we consider. But we also have to consider the fact that when Operation Allies happened, there was not vetting. We don't truly know if some of these individuals were helping out our men and women in uniform on the ground. Some of them have their other interests and priorities, such as
21st, $22. Yep, true. Okay, I guess that would prevent people from getting germs. Get that disrespectful nigga out of the country, you agree.
Time to get to the masjid. Tell your father to get your brother. It's time to go to the masjid.
Yo, bro, salamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Hold up, akhi, you can't pray in here. This is a church.
Salam alaikum.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the old, I don't know how old Aisha is.
Muhammad married Aisha, 6 or 7 years old. Can you just explain that for us?
I got you. No problem. I got you. Now, is that in the Quran?
I assume so.
It's not.
It says according to the Islamic tradition.
It's not in the Quran. I do not.
It's in one of the most reliable hadiths.
Tradition that you're saying gives you faith that the Quran is true.
Can I speak? Hold.
This guy, this guy is such a lying fucktard.
Let me answer your question. Relax. Okay. First thing is, I just want to acknowledge you're jumping, right? But that's okay. I'll let you jump. But the preservation of the Quran and the sources it was preserved by is much more accurate and through much more reliable sources than the Bible, right? Now, regarding the age of Aisha radiyallahu anha, let's look at the Bible, right? Now, I believe Aisha radiyallahu anha was at an age, as is mentioned in Ahadith, and just for your
So he's admitting she was 6 or 7.
information, because you're Googling, is that neither the Quran nor the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mention the age of Aisha.
That is so fucking retarded, dude. What he just said there made no sense. In what context, where, for what reason would he have to put in writing how old she was? What a fucktard. So, he even admitted, this is just, he even admitted he agrees with the hadith. So, he just wasted everyone's time. Fucking asshole. Why do they, Again, these are the people they're letting in. People who think it's okay to, for a grown man to have sex with a fucking 9-year-old. Fuck. So retarded.
Just potentially lining their own pockets where they're even actually helping. But that is, of course, something we are working incredibly closely with the Department of War on.
Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary of State for Public Affairs. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Pierce.
Well, joining me to debate all of this is Rob O'Neill, the former US Navy SEAL who served extensively in Afghanistan and killed, of course, Osama bin Laden, the Republican congressional candidate Valentina Gomez, the Palestinian-American journalist Omar Badr, plus author, activist and attorney Qasim Rashid. Well, welcome to all of you. Rob O'Neill, great to have you back on Uncensored, as always. You've served in Afghanistan. This is a complex issue, isn't it? Because there are many Afghanis who helped America in the war against the Taliban, for example, who then got brought back to the United States. And this can include translators or people who actually fought alongside Americans or whatever it may be, but who performed a valuable public service for America, who were brought back to the United States. And the fear about them is that in the light of this dreadful attack on the National Guard members, which is a clear terrorist attack by one of these people who's just gone rogue or maybe got radicalized, we just don't know yet the full story. But whatever it was, it caused him to commit double murder. In the process of working through how this...
Soul Child, $20. Why do you think Zelensky is opposed to a peace deal? That's a stupid question. Thanks for the donation, dumbass.
...gets resolved, there's a potential for a lot of these Afghanis to be sent back to Afghanistan. Well, I would think they would face immediate threats to their lives and possible death.
Well, Pierce, you said it correctly when I think the word you use is complex, because that's the simplest way to say it. It's very, very complex, and there's so many different avenues. When I think of guys that we worked with coming back here, I'm very familiar with that. When I was over there running an outstation in Jalalabad, Afghanistan, we were hiring locals, and I remember just, parts of Hearts and Minds is to, build the economy, hire electricians, hire plumbers, house security, hire cooks. And I was explaining to one of my guys over there, I called him Larry. He was from Kabul, the thought of a Walmart. And I explained a Walmart to him, and he said, wait, you can get ice and milk in the same store? And I'm like, yeah, dude, you can get ice, you can get milk, you can get your taxes done, your oil changed. I'm trying to explain to it, and it just blew his mind. The idea of a store where you can get everything is so beyond a lot of the people that are born in certain places' capacity that putting them in a place like the United States without properly assimilating them is going to be a big problem just off the bat. This dude that allegedly committed the murder and the shootings would lock himself in blacked out spaces, all depressed, which I see that, not speaking the language, not being used to what you're doing here. It's not as simple as Iraq, Afghanistan. What's the difference? They helped us bring them over here. This is a major shift in them. And you need to keep in mind, men like that, a lot of them, they don't even know how old they are. All they know is violence their entire life. They've been fighting wars forever. They might resort to violence. A lot of stuff needs to be considered, not just thanks for helping us and try not to do the call to prayer 5 times a day. There's so much involved. And it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, and not just shoot from the hip solutions. So I think that these are pretty much one of one every time.
Omar Badr, welcome back to Uncensored. Good to have you back. You just heard me speak to Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs at the Department of Homeland Security. There's a lot of stuff going on here with the administration now in relation to the Somalians, with this issue in Minnesota, with relation to Afghanis because of the shooting of the National Guard members and so on. What is your overview about what is going on?
Yeah, Piers, we know this stuff pretty well when it's committed by people domestically. The overwhelming majority of mass shootings that occur in the United States are committed by white people. The person who shot Charlie Kirk, it's white. People who shoot up schools on a regular basis. And we have the common sense to say we deal with these people individually. This is not reflective of the white community in America, and it doesn't mean that we have to take measures against the white community in the United States. We say what mental health factors, what ideological motivations. We deal with it with a level of nuance that makes sense. And we have an administration that simply traffics in...
Yes, ideological motivations. Islam isn't an ideology, is it?
Bigotry. And so when you have an act of violence committed, in this case, the guy from Afghanistan, he was a recruit for CIA death squads in Afghanistan. That's the operative point. It's the death squads part that makes people more inclined towards violence and makes them a risk, not the fact that he's Afghan. And to then take this particular incident and to generalize it about what threat Afghans might be posing or what threats Somalis might be posing or Muslims or whatever, that is bigotry 101. Basic elementary common sense can tell you that this is not how you deal with situations, and it's just incredibly disappointing and disheartening that we're living in a context in which people use that kind of bigotry to try to gain political advantage. People move people.
I see. So it's just a coincidence that 80% or no, it's actually like 90%, right? Yeah, 90% of all terrorist attacks are committed by Muslims. Just a coincidence.
People's emotions in a way that helps them take a political advantage, and it's extremely disappointing and the wrong way to go about things, especially if you're trying to build a strong, united country. You don't do it by dividing people like that.
Valentina Gomez, you were laughing as you were listening there. Many people have not been laughing at your video, particularly at phrases like "vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas." If you had a Muslim candidate in Texas saying "vote for me so we can kick every dirty Christian out of Texas," you would rightly, I imagine, be outraged at that. Why do you think it's acceptable to use a phrase like "so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas"?
Good morning, peers. And since you didn't have the decency of introducing me correctly, I'll happily do it. Good morning to all of my beautiful people in England. Hello to all of my lads in the UK. Last time I was there, I had an amazing time. I'm Valentina Gomez. I will be the next congresswoman for the state of Texas, and I'm a warrior of the one true King Jesus Christ. And England and peers, the United States.
This chick seems kind of like insane. Like she's not normal.
And England was built by white Christian men that follow Jesus Christ, not by a bunch of Mohammeds. So let's get that cleared out right away.
Right. You haven't answered my question. Why do you, if it was the other way around, you would be rightly outraged. Why do you think it's acceptable as somebody running for office in the United States to be so blatantly, why would you be so blatantly hateful towards one group of people?
You call it hateful and bigotry and racist and all of that garbage. I call it the truth. America is a Christian nation. These Muslims come to Christian nations, burn our churches, rape our women, shoot our American soldiers point blank, killing one of them in broad daylight, then chanting Allahu Akbar. Peers, my brother is a National Guardsman. He literally puts himself on the line for this nation. So yes, these dirty Muslims have no place in America and have no place in England.
But as you speak, you see, I'm just seeing a brazen Islamophobe. And people say that phrase doesn't exist. It doesn't. And I'm sure you find it funny, but I think you can make perfectly pertinent points about what's happened here without descending into such vile hatred towards an entire religion. And there are 5 million Muslims.
Oh, you shouldn't have such vile hatred towards a religion. The religion. In Islam, they literally call non-Muslims lower than animals, kafirs, they're scum, they're dumber than donkeys, they command you to commit jihad and murder people who won't convert to Islam. Why in the fuck do we have this like sentiment where we should be, tolerable to Islam, when in the religion itself, it promotes intolerance? Like, fuck you. Tun Donators, FWI, Aisha was actually about 1819, as historical account confirms. There is no evidence of that. She was born around 604, 605 AD. Took part in Hira, which took place in 622, and married Prophet Muhammad a year later. 623, I'm not Muslim, by the way, just stop with the Islamophobic lies. Yeah, that's nice made-up horseshit. Thanks for the donation, dumbass.
Do you eat bread daily? Also, I'm wondering what the healthiest type of bread is to buy.
I don't eat bread daily, and, bread's bread, pretty much. Like, whole wheat bread is ideal, but, bread's bread. Thanks for the donation, Blink. Dodo donates $2. No, it is not Gomez. It's a Senclar country. I think you meant secular. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Muslims in the United States. Why would you want to categorize them in such a grotesque manner?
Oh, and those 5 million Muslims should definitely go back to their 56 Muslim nations. And let's get something very clear right now in your little show, peers. I don't fear the groomers. I don't fear the pedophiles. I don't fear the corrupt politicians. And I definitely do not fear the dirty Muslims.
Let me bring in...
Can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
No.
I mean, we should be clear about the fact. I mean, sure, Valentina is just a bigot, plain and simple, engages in the worst kinds of bigotry imaginable. But it's worth noting that she's fundamentally un-American, because the American Constitution says that you cannot discriminate against people based on religion. That is pretty clear. And so she's...
Does He's just talking about separation from church and state, right?
Engaging in an anti-American campaign in the name of protecting America, which is just irony beyond imagination. So yes, she's a charlatan. She doesn't know what she's talking about. You can tell by looking at her that her IQ hovers around room temperature. To me, the real scandal is not engaging with her directly because she's beneath taking seriously.
This is just the paradox of tolerability. I mean, if there was some religion where it was baked into the religion where you need to promote fascism and I don't know, every tenet of the religion was diametrically opposed to everything the United States stands for, would it be sensible to allow people of that religion to move into the country and immigrate en masse? You know, like hundreds of thousands of them. Obviously not. So it's the paradox of tolerance. You have to be intolerant to intolerance. So if you have a religion like Islam that is an existential threat, you can't allow it to just spread and propagate.
But the problem is with the GOP that you have a major party in this country having a candidate running under its flagship, engaging in this kind of really incredibly hateful, incendiary rhetoric, and they do nothing about it. We've seen it with the dissent with Donald Trump himself, with the lawlessness that he has brought to the table and the corruption that he's allowed to get away with, without the party really standing up and putting country before party and before a president. And you can see that slippery slope now leading to this level, where you have just a complete hateful clown like this person representing that party without the party objecting to it.
Yeah, you know what?
Leading us towards a very, very dark place in this country.
I actually completely.
All right.
I completely agree with you. There are perfectly legitimate.
No, Piers. And to
well,
the other
I actually do agree.
Sengoku donate $2. This Latina low-key looks wife material. Bet she cooks and fucks good. Liberals like to play oppression Olympics to avoid accountability. Call Muslims Islamophobic when having a phobia against a religion like Islam isn't irrational. It's a rational fear. She seems kind of crazy and unhinged. There's something wrong with her. She's definitely not wife material. She's better than the people who think there's nothing wrong with mass Muslim immigration, but she's not neurologically normal, clearly. Thanks for the donation, Sengoku.
With him. I think your brazen bigotry is obvious.
Let's make something very clear, Piers. I only discriminate against terrorists. These terrorists have no place in America. They have no place in the world. And the best type of terrorist is a dead terrorist. And let's look at your Quran. Your Quran, 12 states to terrorize and behead those who believe in scriptures other than the Quran. And that Afghani, that dirty Muslim that killed Sarah Beckstrom.
It doesn't actually say that, and this is the problem.
Yeah, it actually does.
Andrew Wolf, who is
all right, let me bring in Kasim Rashid. Welcome to Uncensored. If you'd like to say what you want to say.
Yeah, no, I mean,
here we go. They're gonna lie and gaslight you, saying there's nothing in the Quran that promotes violence, even though it explicitly states in the Quran that you must commit jihad.
I co-sign everything Omar said there, and I think fundamentally this is where we are as a country, where rather than talking about real serious issues, we have these firebrands. I think she ran in Missouri, got 7%, moved to Texas to try to lose there as well. Look, the reality is that, we need to look at the facts here. And the facts tell us that immigration is a net positive in every single way to this country.
No. I don't know how you can just say that.
The facts tell us a Northwestern University study of the last 150 years found that at no point in American history have immigrants had a higher crime rate than born U.S. citizens. We're talking about Somalia, and we're talking about Minnesota. Well, Minnesota.
Yeah, guess what? They can't just come in and move here. They're getting screened. They look at your criminal fucking background. So, no shit. When immigrants have a lower crime rate, I wonder why that is. I wonder if it has anything to do with them getting fucking screened, for their visa and for their immigration papers. They look at their fucking criminal history.
Minnesota is the 4th best state in the country to start a business and to live and to work. It's the 15th safest state in the country as well. And so, the difference here is that we want the constitutional principles of due process of law to apply. And this, this idea that we're a Christian nation is contradicted by the founders of this country itself. We are actually a secular democratic republic where people can believe or not believe as they wish without oppression. And I think it's critically important that whatever our, political differences, we stand united on this basic principle that human dignity, human rights, religious freedom must be protected, even for those with whom I disagree, because at the end of the day, that's what the First Amendment requires. That's what the Constitution requires. If we lose that principle, then we deteriorate into fascism and anarchy, and I don't think anybody wants that.
Robert.
No, we don't. So again, this is the gaslight of we need like suicidal levels of tolerance. Just why would we let people into the country who believe in fascism, that believe you can rape kids, that like you should commit jihad and murder non-believers? Like, it's just fucking retarded. Ton donators use IO. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Thanks for the donation.
But Neil, what do you feel about this? I do feel that rhetoric matters when we talk about these things. I do think that some of the language we've just heard from one of the other panelists is outrageous, appalling, disgusting, bigoted. It just should be called out for what it is, whether you're on the left or right. It makes a difference to me. But what do you feel about this? I just feel these debates should be had without descending into blanket bigotry.
Well, debates should be had, but I also believe in the First Amendment. You should be able to say whatever you want.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but that gives me the right to call it out.
Well, it's designed to protect speech you hate, and I would much rather someone be telling me exactly how they feel than like people in Washington do, tell me what I think I need to hear, and then go behind my back and commit massive fraud. I want to hear. You can say whatever you want. Someone who's been canceled, myself, say what you want, but deal with the consequences as they come, justified or not. That's just how it is. But the conversation is needed. Even on forgive me, but one of the guests called the Afghan part of a death squad is someone who spent a lot of time with this particular pursuit team, but they were actually called the counter-terror pursuit team. I don't know. We don't have death squads, so that's ridiculous. That's violent rhetoric right there itself. But he should be able to say it just when people like me who have been places like that realize, well, this guy's obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. But anyway, but again, the conversations do need to be had, because broad brush stroking everyone, every religion, every color of skin is wrong. But then if your only defense is Islamophobe, racist, name calling, that's nothing either.
No, but I agree. Listen, I've seen it for example, with the war in Gaza, that anyone who criticizes, as I have done increasingly in the last year, the Israeli government for decisions it's taken, having always supported their right to defend themselves and always supported the state of Israel to exist. But notwithstanding that, if you criticize the Israeli government, immediately you get branded now an anti-Semite, which I think is absurd. So I think you've got to take what people say and you've got to analyze it, and you've got to accept that criticizing an institution or a government for decisions they take, particularly in war, doesn't make you hateful of the people. It was interesting. I thought you posted something which Donald Trump...
Tucker has gone full retard.
Muslims has a lot of trouble killing all these people, committing, atrocities on camera. The press are barred, but we're still getting a lot of video out of the area. That's a big hit. Why would you be willing to go through all of that to get Gaza? Why do they want it?
The Zionists from the beginning have wanted a greater Israel. And David Ben-Gurion wrote a piece.
Then why didn't they do that in the 1940s? Why didn't they do that in the 1960s? They could have done that at any point.
In 1918, and David Ben-Gurion, of course, is the founding father of Israel,
yes,
wrote a piece in 1918. I don't think it's ever been published in English. It's just in Yiddish, where he describes what his goals are for a greater Israel. And it obviously includes Green Line Israel, Gaza, the West Bank. It includes parts of the East Bank. It includes parts of southern Syria. It includes parts of southern Lebanon, and it includes the Sinai Peninsula.
If it included the Sinai Peninsula, then why the fuck did they give up the Sinai Peninsula? My God, I knew this guy was a fucking retard, but holy shit. Going on Tucker Carlson and saying Like, the dumbest fucking shit that makes no fucking sense. Like, holy crap, his pro-Russia takes were bad enough.
Just think about that. That was Ben Gurion's vision. And this was a vision that was shared by almost all the early Zionist leaders. And there are still many people in Israel who are in favor of a greater Israel. They
Megyn Kelly, who's got to be the single most moderate person on the question of Israel, who said 100 times and means it, by the way, I like Israel. I'm not against Israel. But maybe it's not a great idea to...
Yes, Mr. Hitler wasn't that bad, and he had some good ideas, and Winston Churchill was worse. Doesn't hate Israel, sure.
Get sucked into one of their wars. We've done that. Let's not do it again. Nazi! Immediately called her an anti-Semite and won't stop. Meanwhile, the actual anti-Semites, and there certainly are some online, never get criticized by Bibi or anyone else in his orbit. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? I wonder why that is. When you have actual anti-Semites, doing videos making fun of Auschwitz, but they get a pass? Maybe things are not quite as they seem. But
the fuck is he talking about?
Normal people who harbor no hate toward anyone or try not to are immediately slandered.
There are people who are stupid enough to believe the nonsense he says. Like, this is just unhinged retardation.
In a way that makes it, in some cases, hard for them to have jobs if they deviate even a little bit. So what's the effect of this? Not that it's up to me to tell Israel how to run its propaganda campaigns, but the effect, just noticing, is that it turns allies into enemies. You can agree on 98% of things, but if you think maybe it was a bad idea to bomb Doha, Qatar, the site of the largest military base in the Middle East, which exists to protect Israel, if you think it was a bad idea for the Israeli government to bomb Doha, then you're a Nazi?
Well, that was nice and retarded. Thanks for the donation, Blink. Let's see. Ton donators, you like to use Hadith the same way anti-Semites use the Talmud, knowing the fact that the Talmud and Hadiths aren't scriptures, they are words from scholars and what they believe to be Jewish or Islamic beliefs. No Hadith are reliable sources, you're a hypocrite. If you're going to have the standard that no Hadith is a reliable source, then the entire Quran is an unreliable source, since the Prophet Muhammad didn't write a single word in the Quran. He was illiterate, he got other people to write that shit down for him. So the same way the Hadiths were written, the Quran itself was written. They're secondhand accounts that were just dictated, either by Prophet Muhammad himself or somebody who was near him who just wanted to just record history. So if we're going to have that standard, no Hadith is reliable, then the Quran itself is just as unreliable. You're an idiot. Nothing you said made any fucking sense whatsoever. Most Muslims also take Hadiths, at least Hadiths from certain scholars, very seriously. So, like again, what you're saying is just fucking retarded. Thanks for wasting our time, dipshit. Dodo donate lawyers, cuck white knight. Let me see. I do not open jars for women. They can learn to not be weak if they want something opened. Islamic entitlement.
Property is a light and spacious 3-bedroom flat featuring 2 bathrooms and a well-appointed kitchen with integrated appliances. On the same estate, the private market equivalent is priced at almost £500,000, but it's available to the family for a more reasonable £178 a week.
To actually a very nice new development. I can get disappointed as well if they're not happy with it, especially a place like this. People have refused them. Are you all here? But generally, people appreciate it. And
This is their 10th council house?
and you get a big hug at the end of the day, so it does feel nice. It feels nice. There we go. If you want to, we've got the living room. Sitting room, living room. So what we've done, we've gifted the gas hob, and the grill and the cooker is electric.
Really nice. I like it.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, you like
very
it,
nice,
yeah? And it's spacious as well, isn't it?
Yes, space, very nice. I really like the house, but one problem. Okay, the problem is for car-free. I know it is car-free before, but I did wrote a letter to mayor. Can you, give me a permission for I can have a parking place?
Yeah. So the mayor will then have to...
So she's unemployed. This is like rent subsidized housing. And she's complaining there's no private parking? How does this not add up for anybody? Like, deport these fuckers. Do you ever even once see males/boyfriends act like this ever?
Get out. My son's scared of you. I don't care. My son is scared of you. Look, you see? You see? Do you see him? Or the bathroom? That's why I'm recording. Because the cops ain't gonna believe this.
Yeah, this is more of a woman thing. It's kind of more what they do. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Why do all anti-Semites talk about their views in the same way? They're all like, yeah, I like Jews, I'm friends with them, but hey, just look into it, do your own research on Israel and bankers, etc. They always phrase it as, do your own research.
Yeah, it's almost as if they expect you to be able to find anti-Semitic trash. Pretty fucking retarded. Thanks for the donation, Blink.
Reposted, Rob. So I'd love you just to expand on. Sure. You said in relation to the murder of the 2 National Guard members, if you've never been to Afghanistan, you wouldn't understand it. If you showed these people an espresso machine and gave them free coffee, they would assume you were a witch and chop your head off, but let's bring them in. Now, that's created, as you know, a lot of furore. What exactly did you mean?
Well, I mean, that's obviously tongue-in-cheek, and I actually I used X for purely entertainment, and, that's that. What the point I was making, I have been to places like the Pesh River Valley in Afghanistan, where there's families from the Shuriak Valley, the Korangal Valley, who have probably been living next to each other for 10,000 years, but if you make a mistake as someone from the Shuriak going to the Korangal, they're going to cut your head off. This is a very serious place, and the vast majority of Westerners have no idea what they're talking about. Northeastern Afghanistan, northwestern Pakistan, the federally administered tribal area. These are not places like here. If you just grab people like that and say, hey, you're an American, you're going to get what happened here because of the violence and not understanding. The point I was making, I showed a dude, we were going to rescue Marcus Luttrell. I showed a dude from the Shuriak Valley, his own village, the first time he'd ever seen an iPad or an aerial shot. I might as well have showed him the face of Muhammad itself. The guy, he physically couldn't handle the technology I was showing him. A lot of these people can't physically handle the Western culture until they're properly assimilated.
Yeah, they're backwoods tribal idiots.
That was my point, peppered with humor.
It's a very familiar story when it comes to debt. The banks win, you pay, fees and phone calls pile up. And on the wider point about who the United States should let in, Rob, what is your view of that? I mean, obviously America was founded in a very multicultural way, right? It was the
multiculturalism doesn't seem to work with Islam. Europe is finding that out pretty quickly, but yeah, Islam seems to break multiculturalism.
place that everyone can
Yeah, but
come
I mean,
to.
America wasn't founded by grabbing a bunch of dudes from other countries, bringing them here, giving them free apartments and welfare. It was by people who wanted to escape religious persecution, and they started building things, not just coming here getting handouts. I mean, I've been a lot of places and I've seen a lot of people, and I mean, some of the most welcoming people I've met were in a war zone in Ramadi. Like, I've seen it, and you can't just say these people bad, these people good. The conversations need to be had, but again, you need to be realistic. And as soon as the truth is told and you don't like it, you just say racist. You're not going to build anything up.
Let's talk about the truth here, Piers. I got to jump in here. When we talk about the founding of America, it was founded by European colonizers, built on the backs of enslaved Africans and on the genocide of indigenous people. To claim that it wasn't, just free handout, it literally was. The Homestead Act, which was finally repealed in 1987, gave hundreds of millions of acres of free land to white European immigrants while denying them to the descendants of enslaved Africans. And so even to this day, the single demographic, the largest demographic on public welfare are white Americans, and studies have been done on this.
What about the 6,000 slaves that died building the World Cup venues for the Middle East in 2020?
And we condemn that too, and that's the
modern
difference between
slavery
you.
right now. Don't.
What the fuck is this shit? This is like insane. If you go back 600 years, like, fuck me.
I throw that
And that's the
slavery in the United
difference
States.
between
We
me and
didn't
you, my
invent it.
friend.
We were one of the first to end it.
And
I
that
have
is the
no idea
difference
what you're
between me and
talking
you. I have no problem condemning that slavery by Qatar during the World Cup. I have
Well,
zero.
why don't you lead
problem
with that? That was the most
accountability.
recent.
Why are we not holding them accountable? The difference is that I
because
want
that's
there
not
to be
the topic.
accountability and restitution there, but there is no accountability and restitution or reparations for the enslaved Africans and their descendants who suffered genocide. And we rewrite this history. Well, we built it by our bootstraps. No, you didn't. You built it on the backs of enslaved Africans. And to the comment that Islam is new to America, 1/3 of those Africans.
The vast majority of whites did not own slaves, so that's just silly.
Were Muslim, who were forced into Christianity, who were beaten and murdered and raped. This is the legacy of this country, and for us to move forward,
It's the legacy of the world, bro. The legacy of the world. Slavery's been everywhere, and it still exists in the Middle East.
Yeah,
hasn't been here in a while. Hundreds of thousands of Americans died against the war.
The only ones that abolished slavery was America.
I'm not
America was the
defending
only
that
one that
slavery.
abolished
You're
slavery.
defending the
That's
legacy
the
of
reality.
slavery here in the United States. That's the fundamental difference between us.
I'm defending the United States because everybody in the world's trying to get here because whatever we did works. It's the greatest country in the world. That's what I'm doing, dude.
With a known war criminal, and you're trying to lecture me. I'm agreeing. We shouldn't be supporting those people. My question to you is, why do you continue to support a president?
Yeah, but Muslims invented algebra, yeah.
Who is rubbing elbows with MBS? Who, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have killed more people than Jeffrey Dahmer with these illegal strikes, which are clearly a violation of international
Well, let me
law.
all right. Let me ask. All right, hang on, please. Hang on, please. Let me ask Robert. Hang on, please. I want to ask, since you raised it, I want to ask Rob, given your outstanding service to your country, what do you make of these strikes on these Venezuelan boats? I mean, the argument, as you know, of people who are highly concerned about this is that there's been no evidence provided to the American people that they were all members of these gangs, one. And that secondly, in the most recent one, there appears to have been a double attack with people being attacked while they were in the water, and that is a breach of Geneva Convention. What is your view of both those issues?
Well, my view is, first of all, I wasn't there, so I can't say from firsthand knowledge. I'm going off of my experience. And if these are designated terrorist organizations, hitting them with a drone strike is within legal authorization. And they have teams of lawyers telling them that, too. And in all my experience with drone strikes, it's never hit them once. And if they live, it's like, oh, whoopsie poopsie, you got to live. You hit them again, I think. I'm assuming I wasn't there, but I believe it's called delegated authority kill missions. That's what I'm thinking. If they're terrorists and they're going to kill 100,000 people a year with the fentanyl they're bringing in, I don't have a problem with that. But again, I'm not in the chain of command. If they're doing it legally, I don't think it's a problem. We do it everywhere in the world. We killed an American.
Ah, God damn it. Why did it do that? Fucking stupid.
Drone strikes, it's never hit them once, and if they live, it's like, oh, whoopsie poopsie, you got to live. You hit them again, I think. I'm assuming I wasn't there, but I believe it's called delegated authority kill missions. That's what I'm thinking. If they're terrorists and they're going to kill 100,000 people a year with the fentanyl they're bringing in, I don't have a problem with that. But again, I'm not in the chain of command. If they're doing it legally, I don't think it's a problem. We do it everywhere in the world. We killed an American, Admiral al-Awlaki, in 2011 in Yemen in a drone strike. He wasn't convicted by a jury. Then we killed his son 2 weeks later. President Obama was in charge, so not a lot of hullabaloo about that. But because now we're in our own, we're in our hemisphere here, and because you got to figure, you got to follow the money. Where are these drugs coming from South America, eking their way up through, the United States, up near the Chicago area, some of the Great Lakes for distribution? Someone's involved somewhere. Just follow the money. And the previous point too about bringing up Jeffrey Dahmer, dude, I've killed more people than Jeffrey Dahmer, and I don't think I'm a bad guy.
That's not the high bar.
The truth is, we need The truth is, we need more.
There's a big difference.
Let me bring in. I want to bring in Omar, if I may. I want to bring in Omar. Omar, let's talk about a wider issue here. Like in the UK, we have as many Muslims, if not more now, than in the whole of the United States. So pretty disproportionate. I mean, by comparison, for example, in the United States, there are 4 to 5 million Muslims and 4 to 5 million Jews. In the UK, there are about 5 million Muslims and 250,000 Jews. So it's a different dynamic to what is going on in the country. And the concern in my country, which has always been very tolerant, I think very multicultural, very well assimilated in the main, the concern comes from people who look at reports, verified reports, that there are now nearly 100 unofficial Sharia law courts, for example, operating in the UK. In other words, there are a group of people, in this case, the Muslim community, operating their own law within our framework of our laws. Is that something that should be tolerated? I mean, should countries like the United States and the UK tolerate the existence of rival courts, rival law within their own border?
Piers, I promise I will answer your question very directly, but just a quick comment on those strikes and the mention of Obama. There's no question that Obama did, in fact, engage in unlawful strikes, and people should object to them when he kills an American citizen abroad with those drone strikes. And what Trump has done is just escalated that to a worse level. With Obama, again, not defending his policy, it's indefensible and should be condemned. Nonetheless, struggling with the idea, is this person as...
This guy's a Muslim terrorist. So that American that they're talking about, who was killed in Yemen from the Obama drone strike, that guy was helping to recruit for ISIS. So that guy was a huge, big, bad terrorist. He was a big name fucking terrorist recruiter. The idea that this guy would have a problem with whacking a fucking ISIS recruiter, regardless of whether or not he's an American citizen, is just fucking retarded. So this guy's a Muslim terrorist. This guy wants to see more Muslim terrorism, and it's not a surprise. Like, if you see this guy's debates with like Destiny and shit, this dude wants to have Muslims just massacre fucking innocent people. He's in support of the October 7th attack. He refused to like criticize Hamas for the October 7th attack. He fucking basically said that he wants to see Israel completely destroyed, which obviously would logically lead to every Jew just being killed. Like, yeah, these fuckers should just be deported.
Threat? Are people going to die if we don't engage in that strike? Those are the kind of calculations he's engaging in. And frankly, he should have erred on not engaging in extrajudicial killings. But in the case of Trump, there's not even the pretense of that. He declared these organizations terrorists so he can justify this war. We're bombing boats that we don't know anything about. We don't have any confirmation that they're in fact engaged in drug smuggling. And even if we...
Well, saying that we don't know anything about it is a huge stretch.
We have no sense of why anybody who's on board would be in fact a threat and could not be apprehended and put on trial. So we engage in these strikes and then we kill them when people are hanging on these boats who are injured and obviously pose no threat. I think this is just utterly grotesque abuse of power and use of violence for the sake of using violence, completely unjustifiable and for alternative political ends. So just want to put that out. Now, on the question of Sharia courts, certainly...
Well, doing it his way doesn't seem to stop the spread of fentanyl. So presumably, if you kill drug traffickers, like blow them up, their risk assessment is going to change, right? So if there's a risk that, you know, they can end up getting arrested, jailed, deported or something, well, they still live. So they might get like a 10-year sentence or something, but they still live, and the money-making opportunity is pretty great. Now, if there's a very high likelihood that you die, that changes their risk assessment, and that might actually disincentivize them from trafficking, at least to the United States.
They should not supersede the actual laws of the country. If a Muslim community wants to settle its own disputes using religious law consensually, they should be allowed to do that if they want to. There are certain things with Jewish law as well and many others, but ultimately the law of the country is what should reign supreme. And if there are people who want to have the result heard, nobody should be able to impose that court in lieu of the actual law taking place and impose that on somebody else. So it's a matter of what the jurisdiction is of these courts. They should never supersede existing law, and I don't think that they do. I think these are completely consensual courts that people enter to resolve their religious disputes if they all parties agree that this is how they want to resolve their issues.
That is the most retarded. So yeah, this guy's a fucking terrorist. What woman in her right mind would want to go into Sharia court where she's at a disadvantage? Like, if you know how Sharia courts work, basically the word of a woman is worth half that of a man. So she would have to get either a male witness or at least another female witness in order to be taken seriously with anything she fucking says. So it's like, there's no woman in her fucking right mind who'd ever agree to go into a Sharia court to, try to work out some sort of civil dispute. These women are threatened and pressured into doing it so that they can't get any justice. And here's this idiot saying, oh, well, if women agree to it, like, it's basically like if I were to lock a girl in my house and like, block the only exit and be like, sure you want to leave? Like, I'm pretty sure you want to have sex, right? And then she's like, no, I want to leave. Oh, really? Like, that might make me mad, right? Like, I might want to hit you. And like, I just keep escalating things until she agrees. Oh, well, that's consent. That's like literally what he's fucking advocating for. It's just so fucking retarded.
Sharia courts have no place in England. Sharia courts have no place in Christian nations. That's why you guys have 56 Muslim nations. And I fully support and love what President Trump and Pete Hegseth are doing. We need to bomb more narco-terrorism to oblivion. That's the reality. You defend terrorists because you're probably a little terrorist yourself as well.
Yeah, this guy's a terrorist. Dude, this guy supports Sharia courts. Like, it's out of this world insane.
That's the reality.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say what?
Why do you use language like that? Why do you brand a fellow panelist who's actually a respected journalist a terrorist?
He's not a respected journalist. He denied the October 7th attacks. And this guy's supporting Sharia law. Like, give me a fucking break.
Someone who is defending terrorists? Someone who is defending the terrorists bringing drugs into the United States?
He hasn't defended terrorism. Only.
No, he literally has defended terrorism. He's a Hamas supporter. He's like an October 7th attack denier.
Just to be clear, Valentina Gomez, I've had 3 reasonable members of this panel offering reasonable arguments.
Reasonable,
all I've heard from you so far is dumb bigotry, accusations of terrorism against people who are just perfectly ordinary journalists. There's something wrong with you. Why do you do this?
Sounds like you during COVID, Piers. You were vilifying, shaming, and trying to destroy that.
You were here. You were at a top.
Yeah, like this chick is just dumb. You can make so much better arguments against these people. Like, rather than just saying the stupid shit she's saying, like, you can easily point out that this guy supports Hamas. He's an October 7th attack denier. Pretty sure he's also flat out denied the rapes that occurred. Like, the guy's defending Sharia law, which is just fucking insane. Like, it's so easy to, prove her point that these Muslims are all horrible people. Like, all you have to do is say, like, this guy is acting like he's moderate, but, like, he's literally right here defending Hamas and supporting Sharia law.
to America, killing our American soldiers. So yes, they belong in the Muslim nations. Pierce, let me finish what I said. These Muslims are not here to assimilate to the American.
Christian is the same. Just to be clear,
Okay, just a
to
lot
paint
of
with a broad brush and say that this is representative.
Allow Jewish people to enter and seek refuge here before this atrocity occurred. And hence the asylum system was established so that people could come here fleeing their lives for safety, to go through a thorough vetting process, and then
do not ever involve me or my music to benefit your inhumane. Have a job.
Someone who's going into a grocery store and tackling them and cuffing them. If they didn't get Sabrina Carpenter's permission, I don't disagree with her. If she disagrees with that and it looks like they're tackling innocent people, don't use my music. That's cool too. But I mean, I would much rather, if first of all, it's a lot more complex than a TikTok video or a reel on Instagram. But just like running at someone who's going into a grocery store and tackling them and cuffing them, I don't think that's the right look. I mean, I think it's not quite as simple as get rid of all of them. But there are people that are working, contributing, that need to be here. Very, very complex. I'm happy it's not my choice to make, but yeah, with an artist like that, it happens in campaigns all the time too. If they don't want to use it, don't use
it. Trend Twins new video. I saw that they upload a new video. Ego lifting at Planet Fitness. All right, we'll take a look at that. I have to get more hydration. I am rather thirsty. Rather thirsty indeed. I am definitely going to need some liquids. More hydration is much needed. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Freaking cat.
Thanks for the donation, faggot. I'm not gonna bother reading that.
Like food will.
All their new equipment in their gyms, added deadlift platforms and squat racks now to some Planet Fitnesses.
Webby Donatillers, I was talking to a carnivore on Discord who said that eating sugar from fruit causes cancer and other health problems. Can you debunk this? There's nothing to debunk. There's no evidence for his claim. Also, is whole food plant-based the optimal diet to reduce all-cause mortality, specifically cancer? Vegans tend to have lowest risk of all cancers combined. So probably. Thanks for the donation, Webby.
Public server. We're back home at our old parents' house here in Metro Detroit.
It's the only gym open right now because of Thanksgiving and shit.
Well, we're actually banned from our home gym that we done grew up in. Not very appreciative of the antics that we pulled, wrestling and fighting and lifting and screaming. So we're no longer members of that there gym. That place don't got a lot.
I get hypoglycemic when I do very heavy lifts like deadlift squat. Does this happen to you? How do you avoid it? You're probably not going hypoglycemic. You're probably having blood pressure changes. You can get a glucose monitor and see what your actual glucose is to make sure that you are in fact going hypo. But you're probably not going hypo. And it would probably also only be a temporary thing. As soon as you start weight training, you're going to release glycogen from your muscle tissue anyway. The only other thing that would help fix it is just eating more.
Bunk alarm. This one do. Don't make sense.
What they do have is new powerlifting equipment. So we're gonna go test that shit. Instead of talking about the philosophies and the problems of the world, we're gonna lift heavyweight and listen to some diabolical fucking music instead.
We had a well-fed meal.
Sengoku $22. What's the most manga chapters you've read in a day? It's got to be at least like a couple hundred. Also, were you a good student in grade school? No. I always hated school. I always tried to avoid doing schoolwork and homework. It just sucks. Thanks for the donation, Sengoku.
That our parents had conducted.
Why are we talking?
Over. Had a little roast and some potatoes.
Hopefully
go to good.
I'm gonna be deadlifting here. I'm gonna be testing out the equipment here. You know, I'm fucking frankly sick of it. I'm music that you gotta get into.
Yep, I've definitely done that.
Oh, test.
Yeah, because I'm 17. I don't want to like.
Bro, food is more anabolic at your age and like the point you're at than anything. Like food will work the best. Like we get to properly now curl in the squat rack. You can now ego lift at fucking Planet Fitness. Let's fucking go. You know, I don't really like these bench setups where you gotta set it up in a squat rack. It's not really safe for me because I feel like something's always off. Like there's something that's just not straight there. Like I don't really know. I'm gonna hit 500 in this bitch. Imagine hit that bitch at Planet Fitness at 11 p.m. type shit.
All that pumpkin pie you ate go to good work use.
You got no drip, bro. This guy got no swag. Fuck is this shit? I feel. Is it weird if I just like get into my undies and change into shorts? No, I can't get into a lift if I got jeans on. Like honestly, are we being serious? You look stiff, bro. I'm loose, bro. I'm gonna hide my big ass quads, but keep my tiny ass calves out. Okay. Okay. Nobody care about the calves. Bodybuilding, they don't even judge the calves. That's what's crazy, because they know. Even the judges, they're like, yo, we're not gonna hold you down because your calves, because you physically cannot grow them, bitch. I watched Larry Wheels edit before this, and I just had to come here, and I had to get under this fucking bar tonight. That I need to be 10% body fat, screaming off of PR.
Why in the fuck are they using bumpers? Oh, they just have a bunch of bumpers over there.
Fucking animal. Ain't nobody do that. Ain't nobody come here and do that. There you go. You fucking egg. Try to take hard down. Oh yeah! Come on! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Yeah! Let the big dog at the bench, you know what I'm saying? Feel that fucking change. You're about to fucking change for good. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Fuck yes, let's go. Let's fucking go. Yeah! Stay close, stay close. Tell me how you got that. That's like... Come on, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that's a 25.
I got it,
So
don't
that's like
touch
455.
Push! Push! They will tell stories of your fable. Yeah! Oh, that's fucking right! Let's go!
They're not even good at, like, setting up on the bench. Like, his feet were wobbling around a lot. Yeah, they're pretty strong.
Bench at Planet Fitness. I give it a 10 out of 10. I hit. Fit that bitch. Size but my shoulders, because there's so many androgens in the shoulders, and come off, they just fucking shrink, and I just look like bicep dominant as fuck. If you want to be a fucking Sigma, dude, like just come right there. Gratiot Avenue, Planet Fitness up here in Roseville, fucking Michigan. They've seen one of the greatest arm pumps they've ever seen. Greatest bench performances. There you go. There it is, bro. Yeah. Come on. Let's fucking go first. Come on, keep going first. To write them notes. I fucking know shit, baby. I got too much.
I kind of hate how everybody puts music in their workout videos.
They don't make the sheets.
It's kind of all terrible.
Come on. I'm on the fuck.
We're giving away a car, but we don't know what car yet.
Yeah. E6 grade or something like that.
They're kind of weird.
misconduct. Since then, some of the subjects of this movement have had their careers completely flattened, while others have managed to make a comeback once people re-evaluated their allegations. But one man who seemingly escaped any of the conversation was Jared Leto, an actor and musician with a lengthy career and a long list of claims against him. Even other industry professionals have hinted at his supposed behavior. But even among a series of box office bombs, Jared's career seemingly shows no signs of slowing down.
Every movie this guy's in is just fucking terrible, but he still keeps getting roles. It's bizarre.
Long before he was a celebrity, Jared had a very unusual early life. Raised by a single mom who was part of the hippie movement and a father who was in the Air Force. This meant he moved around a lot growing up, and was encouraged to take part in the arts, including both acting and music. Like many actors, Jared began his career by moving to LA and landing minor roles for a couple of years until he got his big break. The 1994 TV show My So-Called Life, in which he played the love interest of the main protagonist. Naturally, due to the success of the show among teenage girls, Jared was quickly typecast as a male love interest. But he had something different in mind, as within just a few years of his big break, he appeared in movies like American Psycho as none other than Paul Allen from probably the most iconic scene in the entire movie. And you may also remember him from Fight Club, where he plays a character named Angel Face. In the movie, he's juxtaposed in the story to be good-looking, only for the protagonist to hideously deform him in a fight. Lastly, we have the movie Requiem for a Dream, a psychological drama where Jared plays a guy whose life is being destroyed by his heroin addiction. Based solely on the kind of roles he favored over the pretty boy image he started his career out with, you can gauge that he wasn't exactly satisfied in starring in random rom-coms and things of that sort. Another sign of his growing ambitions was that in 1998, he formed a rock band called 30 Seconds to Mars with his brother Shannon, which went on to become a household name as well. From the late 90s onwards, he had really set himself up for life with how much success he was accruing in multiple different mediums. I mean, how many A-list actors have you heard of that are also legitimate rock stars? You would think that with his accomplishments, Jared could never fumble the bag. Well, think again. Let's fast forward to 20 years in the future, specifically the fateful year of 2016, when the sun was still yellow and the kiddos still had a twinkle in their eyes. We could not have possibly foreseen things like gooning and 6'7", okay? These were not in the common vernacular.
Although they stretch it out even more. 6'7".
After 2 decades of cultural prominence, Jared landed himself a role as the Joker in the movie Suicide Squad.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
As a quick aside, ever since Heath Ledger's Joker, everyone who plays Joker is pretty much doomed to underperform in comparison, which basically forces them to try to be as original and unique as possible in order to avoid being compared. In this movie, Jared apparently worked very closely with the production to create a new take on the Joker, and in the process, he managed to produce possibly the worst version of the character that has ever appeared in anything ever. And by the way, if you think that Jack Nicholson's Joker was worse, then you are officially not invited to Agartha. You could say that this was the beginning of the end for Jared Leto. First off, the character itself was unrecognizable.
Yeah, gay emo twink Joker. That was just a horrible idea.
With things like the word damaged being tattooed on the Joker's forehead, and to top it all off, the performance itself was extremely cringy.
Are you sweet talking me?
But I guess you could write this off as a casualty of the entire movie being absolute dog shit, and his version of the Joker being sidelined and deliberately sabotaged by the studio behind the movie. Especially if you look at the interviews during the media tour the cast were doing to promote the movie, it seemed like everyone involved did actually have a good time, even if the end result was pretty bad. But as it turns out, even if this was true for most of the cast, it wasn't true for Jared, who was method acting for the role. Now, if you don't know what method acting is, it's when an actor will get so deep into preparing for a role that they act abnormally even when they're not on set. The idea behind the method being that they never break character until after the movie is done. This in and of itself is pretty controversial, and it's been widely criticized, even by other actors. The most recent actor for Batman, Robert Pattinson, once said, "You only ever see people do the method when they're playing an asshole. You never see someone being lovely to everyone while they're really deep in character." Unsurprisingly, Jared's method acting immediately led to unsavory backstage situations. The most notable of which being the gifts that he sent to the rest of the movie's cast, which consisted of a rat, a dead pig, a set of bullets, sticky Playboy magazines, used condoms, and anal beads. Now, the justification Jared gave for this bizarre behavior was that the Joker is somebody who doesn't really respect things like personal space or boundaries. That's not really the best excuse, but he later went on to say that the claims about the stuff he was gifting people were exaggerated by the media.
I mean, I just think that there were some things, you know, that...
Jared, Donny Tellers, have you ever considered reading Claymore? I heard it's similar to Berserk. I watched the anime. It does not seem anywhere near similar to Berserk, like nothing close. I've also looked at some of the manga panels. Again, it just doesn't seem to really be anything close to Berserk. The kind of demons in it are not nearly as cool. So, you know, maybe the manga is a lot better and I just have to kind of give it a chance, but the anime was pretty underwhelming. Pretty meh. Like, the Berserk anime was really good, and it was good enough to make me interested in reading the manga. The Claymore anime was just pretty fucking boring. Thanks for the donation, though, Jared.
That were mentioned about like gifts and the fact that I was giving used condoms to people, which was not true.
We can say that right now. That is not true.
It was not true. And what are you going to do at that moment? You can't even, it doesn't matter how loud you shout or hold up a sign, you know, with your pants off in Times Square. People are going to go with the story that they want to run.
And maybe this could be a compelling case of the media blowing things out of proportion, taking things out of context.
If you want to be part of this blood feast.
If it were not for the fact that the person who made the claims about used condoms was Jared Leto himself.
Don't forget the anal beads.
Who did you send anal beads to?
The used condoms.
You did not.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
Step back, friend. You can't just say use condoms and we're just going to, like, forget...
You know, I know it's a family show, but we can,
Don't worry,
we can educate people here. At least they
I see. So he's a twat.
were used.
Who did you send used condoms to?
Oh, everybody.
And it was immediately agreed upon by multiple of his co-stars.
You can't just skip over that.
Yeah.
You get a used condom. What do you say? What do you think?
You know, you say Jared has gone full Joker. Jared, he went full Joker, you know. And the rule generally is never go full Joker.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
I got so many weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
Now, could this just be a premeditated stunt where the entire cast agreed to play it up? Maybe. But the problem isn't just the absurdity of doing this in the first place, but it's also that he did all of that for a movie that ended up being really bad. They even decided to
I was actually in Toronto when they were doing some of the filming for that scene.
Shove Jared Leto's Joker into the extended cut of the Justice League movie, and it was still bad. Except this time the screen was constantly blurry and desaturated, so it looks like he had just stuck his face in a bowl of shit. Then again, it's obviously not a literal crime to do a terrible job and act like a freak towards your coworkers. So the worst things you could say about Jared at this point in time were that he annoyed his co-stars and he was a bad actor.
Have you watched the Joaquin Joker trailer?
No.
No?
I haven't seen it. Hello, darkness.
As far as the kinds of things that celebrities get up to, being obnoxious isn't that bad, to be fair. It's also worth putting it into context that just a few years prior to the big Joker blunder, Jared actually had a really good performance in the movie Dallas Buyers Club, where he also engaged in method acting. So you could write Suicide Squad off as one big fluke. However, it's the unfortunate reality that celebrities get away with a lot of stuff because the media they work on is
Just random vids, Night Tellers, French-shaped bears. Oh, what? The hell?
So when they lower their head, it bunches up, making
Wow, their skin is really loose.
it look like their whole face got squished. It's weirdly
Oh my goodness.
Adorable. Baby sun bears are even cuter. They're friendly, don't really reject other animals, and in zoos they make friends super easily. Some of them even learn to salute people just to get attention or treats. They're surprisingly smart.
Oh my god, their skin is so loose.
Most sun bears are pretty gentle toward humans, but because they're small, they're often targeted by predators like tigers in the wild. That's why they evolved that big O-shaped or U-shaped white patch on their chest. When they stand up, they'll show it off on purpose to confuse predators and make themselves look bigger and more intimidating. And even though sun bears have crazy sharp claws that can tear open logs to grab insects, they'd still rather avoid a fight. If things get dangerous, their first instinct is to back
Those look like nice bears.
off, or just climb a tree and hide way up high. This fun.
Well, well, well.
You knew this day would come. And like a lot of your other favorite, most popular carnivore influencers, I'm going off the carnivore diet. Some people will say it was inevitable. Some people say it's because of negative health outcomes. Some people will say, told you so. Some people will just laugh and make videos talking crap about the carnivore diet. But that's okay. You know, we don't always have to stick to everything that we do for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, so he felt like shit. So he felt like shit. Probably some of his, like, he probably got blood work. That wasn't so great either. And then he figured, yeah, I'm just gonna not do this anymore. Oh, man. These people are just fucking retarded, man. Hadith.
There are thousands of religions. Why should Islam be the only true one?
All right, the usual question. Dawa boy, take the mic.
Truth is recognized by consistency, not by crowd.
But isn't it arrogant to say all others are wrong?
Is it arrogant for math to say 2 + 2 is equal to 4, and not 5 or 6? Or is it just reality?
Not at all. Huge difference, dude. Math is something we can actually test. You put 2 stones on a table twice, you'll always get 4. Do it 1,000,000 times, same result. You can literally try it right now. Now, can we test Islam like that? Turns out, yeah. It makes claims we can test. First one, a hadith says, Allah forbade the earth from consuming prophets' bodies, meaning Muhammad's body shouldn't decay. So, dig the grave. Show us he's still intact. Simple test, right? Prove Islam to the world. Will you? If not, here's another. A hadith says, a guy cured a snake bite by reciting Surah Al-Fatiha and spitting on the wound. So go ahead, get bitten, recite, spit, and see if it works. And one more. Whoever eats 7 ajwa dates in the morning won't be harmed by poison. So eat 7, drink poison, and let's see. You can test all of this and show Islam.
Yeah, Islam's just fucking retarded. Read comments, lol.
And Iraq, not Iran and Iraq.
It's a child, not a wife.
It's Iran and Iraq, not Iran and Iraq.
It's a child, not a wife.
Oh, yeah. It's a school, not a shooting range. It's your sister, not your wife. It's your cousin, not your wife. It's Israel, not Palestine. It's invading countries, not spreading democracy. Yeah, those are some good ones. Thanks for the donation, just random vids. Dodo, donate $2. Would you rather live in Toronto or Vancouver, and why? Toronto. Toronto's cheaper and it's less gay and retarded. Vancouver has a lot of like weird, stupid social issues. So yeah, I'd rather just live in Toronto. I'm also more familiar with Toronto. I grew up there, so. But thanks for the donation, Dodo.
is widely acclaimed. Because of this phenomenon, it was only after Jared made himself look like a hack in 2016 that public opinion really began shifting, as many considered that maybe he wasn't as great of a guy as people initially assumed. One of the first places this discourse manifested was on Reddit, where in a thread about Jared Leto's behind-the-scenes antics during the lead-up to the Suicide Squad movie, a sidetracked comment thread took place that read as follows. I have a cousin who goes to an expensive private high school in LA. One of her friends is the daughter of a certain famous model from the 80s and 90s and has been having sex with Jared Leto as a 13 and 14-year-old. He's made her get an app that deletes messages after they're seen. And he knows she's under 18 because one of her friends took a picture of a message he sent her before it was deleted that said, "Can you come over tonight?" And she said, "No, my parents..."
Yes, random posts on the internet. Most reliable source of information.
Are home. Feel free to call bullshit, but I have a feeling someone will find out soon enough, and he's going to be in deep shit. Edit. I've gotten more than one message from people who know which girl I'm talking about, so it sounds like more people are aware than I expected. This guy needs to go to jail. This was posted right around a month after the movie had come out, so nearly at its peak in popularity, or infamy. And since there's plenty of insane people online who will say this kind of thing about anybody who's a celebrity, this could just be a baseless allegation. To play devil's advocate here, this person is claiming that a friend of his cousin is being groomed by Leto on an app that erases metadata. And this commenter claims to know that Jared is grooming her because yet another friend of hers took a picture of a message where she mentions her parents to Jared. Even if that is true, you can still live with your parents after you're 18. And that's without mentioning that we don't have any direct proof of this being the case.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
At first glance, this looks very far-fetched. And even the claim tacked on to the end of the comment where they say they've been getting personal messages from people who know who this girl is could simply be a lie. However, in the replies to this comment, you see people saying things like, "Kinda believe it, cause there's been rumors for years that he sleeps with underage fans of his band. Yep, he sleeps with underage girls at shows and is really infamous for his interest in BDSM and rough sex. There's rumors going around the internet that he sleeps with underage fans, so that doesn't surprise me. This includes allegations of rape. Friends told me she bumped into him back in 2006 to 2007 at Warped Tour, and he kept creeping on her. When she told him to back off, that she was only 15, he was like, age is just a number, so I believe it. What was the strangest thing of all of this is when somebody in the comments identified this supposed victim of Leto's as Kaya Gerber, who is the daughter of the 80s celebrity Cindy Crawford. Kaya had just turned 15 in 2016, meaning that the timelines would match up. But then again, Kaya has never said anything about Jared Leto to this day, as far as I can tell. So even if this allegation is being echoed here on Reddit, it's not confirmed by any stretch of the imagination. It was just someone on Reddit saying something. However important the innocent until proven guilty thing may be, it's obvious that the proven part of the equation is the most important of all. The fire of suspicion against Jared from these online rumors was being stoked an entire year prior to the Harvey Weinstein and Me Too situation. So basically, it happened too early to receive any kind of serious attention. Despite this, it did prove easy for Redditors to start asking around to see if anyone had more information regarding Leto, which quickly led them to a Tumblr discussion from just a couple of months before, which in turn led to a thread on a groupie forum from 2013. I'm gonna be honest here, I had no idea that groupie forums were a thing, but this is exactly what it sounds like.
I didn't mean to have sex with him. I was just gonna jerk him off. That's
One user named Kuroki Mesa made a compilation of claims made about Jared, which include, I hooked up with him several years ago when I was about 4 months over 17. There were marks left. It hurt like Satan. He wouldn't slow down even when I told him to. There were times I had to bite down on him because of the pain down there, and he didn't give two
Jeez, people just love making up random shit.
pisses about it. I think he got pleasure out of hurting me, but I was too young and didn't know that then. I felt as though I was being raped. So girl.
Okay, fam, so as the fight draws closer between Andrew Tate and Flippin' Chase Demore.
Why do you do a fight against some guy much smaller than you, like all these other influencers do?
Yeah, because you'll be the same.
A quitter because of an old clip that's been surfacing.
This is real life at the end of the day, bro. Like,
people are saying he's doing it for the money. Now
that's what I don't understand. Like, Tate is gonna get hit in the face. That's one thing. If Chase Demore throws one of these wild ass swings.
Girls, if you're into that whole thing, by all means, Jared's your man. I had sex with him when I was 15. He's gross. Stay away from him. I lost all respect for Jared Leto after I met too many teenage girls who have been approached by Jared in order to sleep with them. He's just another rock star who lets his ego get to his head so he can take advantage of young girls. He even hit on my 15-year-old best friend. He's no better than Roman Polanski in my eyes. I met Jared Leto when I was 17, a naive, innocent virgin on one of his movie sets in Brooklyn when he was turning 33 or 34. He gave me his email address, we exchanged emails. He was friendly, we exchanged numbers, and that's when I started seeing he was a perv. I can say Jared was my first for many.
Oh yeah, dude, Vancouver's fucked. It's basically the most gay part of Canada. They literally do not keep anybody in jail. So you can do anything. Just be the most annoying, obnoxious public nuisance. Doing drugs, throwing needles at people, breaking into stores, they'll let you right back out on the street. So yeah, there's just a fuck ton of drug addicts, horrible crime, and it's just because they let criminals do whatever the fuck they want there.
Sexual experiences, and I wholeheartedly regret it nowadays. He was very pushy into coercing me to do sexual acts with him, and he was quite rough and forceful. Once he was unnecessarily rough, and when I told him it hurt, he didn't stop. The worst part of it is that he liked to talk dirty, but not have normal dirty talk. He liked the fact that even though I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, he wanted me to tease him and tell him I was 14 or 15. He really got off on hearing I was X years old and he was doing something very dirty. According to some people who were taking part in the Tumblr discussion about it, some of these posts, or all of them, were just fan fiction. However, when these forum posts were reported on 2 years later by a website called Contemptor, it spawned a Reddit thread where not one, but two people corroborated that they either knew one of the victims personally and had seen evidence of what Jared was sending them, or had heard similar stories about Jared role-playing these scenarios with women. But so far, these claims had only come from anonymous sources, and no one had been confident enough to talk about it with their name and their face attached to their claims. Well, not exactly. You see, in 2015, just a little while before the Contemptor article was published, James Gunn apparently made a live stream on the now defunct platform Periscope, claiming that Jared slept with several underage girls. However, this stream was promptly deleted, and James made an Instagram post with this caption: "Sorry to all of you around the world who saw my ambient-fueled Periscope session last night."
Jeez, what an asshole.
At 3 a.m. Yes, I erased it. Even if this is 100% true, James still decided to delete the stream, which may mean he retracted his statements or regretted making them. However, he would reiterate these claims just a few years later. In 2018, actor Dylan Sprouse tweeted out the following: "Yo, at Jared Leto, now that you've slid into the DMs of every female model..."
Let's see, 18 to 25. That seems to be adult ranged.
Aged 18 to 25, what would you say your success rate is? James Gunn replied, "He starts at 18 on the internet?" I don't know how often James Gunn does Ambien, but I doubt that 3 years after he first made this claim about Jared, he once again randomly rattled off this narrative about him for no reason. Now, just 1 month prior to all of this going down on Twitter, Jared's co-star on My So-Called Life, Claire Danes, gave an interview to Howard Stern, where she said this:
"He brought me to my first club when I guess I was 14. I was,
Is that appropriate?
No.
He was very fraternal with me. He was very protective of me.
How much older was he than you?
Much.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know. At the time, he seemed ancient. He
Like
was
you were 13, 14?
I was 14. He was 21.
Oh.
Truth Seeker, donate $2. Let me see.
It's Brian Stelter. There it is. Oh, my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that psychopath? I mean, that is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. Oh, I mean, it cries out, danger, danger, alert, alert. I am a scumbag. I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys. And I'm sorry, they're not just lying anti-American scumbags that want to run us all on the ground because they're little men. They're pieces of crap. They think they're better than everybody. That's what it's about. It's a spirit of evil, and we must break them. Oh. I've tried to do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh, hell on
It's
earth.
a really weird way to smile.
He wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash. I pledge before my Heavenly Father that I will resist them every way I can. These people are the literal demon spawn of the pit of hell. Look at him. And you know what? He is better than you if you keep letting him run your life. He runs your kids. He runs the schools. He runs the banks. This guy, this spirit, this smiling, leering devil that thinks you can't see what he is your enemy. Period. All the narcissistic devil-worshipping filth. I see you, enemy. I see you, enemy. Enemy! Enemy! You are my enemy! And I swear total resistance to you with everything I've got. Disingenuous, fake, false, broke back, twisted, a defiler, a betrayer, a backstabber, a devil! You will pay. Yeah, you think I don't see your face, scum? You don't think I don't see you, Stelter? I see you, you understand me? I know what you think of me and my family. I see you right back. You understand that? You understand that, Stelter? Stelter. You will fall!
Seems like he doesn't like this Brian Stelter guy. Thanks for the donation, Truth Seeker.
Or something.
That is ancient to a 14-year-old. Yeah.
And he was your first makeout, which is really kind of weird.
Yeah.
When you think about it,
there
you're
were
14.
there were these stage directions in that scene where it said Angela kisses Jordan's face. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, what is that about? Like, why would she kiss his face? And it was, yeah. So I had that question on set, and he had to kind of
Explain
teach me.
I'll teach you.
Although it is somewhat shocking to consider the possibility that Jared Leto may have been doing this kind of thing for his entire life, it's also worth noting that predators don't just become predators overnight. People online recall discussions about Jared's illegal activities going all the way back to 2005, and not just from random anonymous strangers, but also from news outlets like the New York Post. In one article they published in 2005, they talked to a source who claims that Jared was pursuing underage girls while on tour with his band. He's been approaching all the girls and inviting them to his shows. Girls from IMG, Elite, Next, and Women are staying there, and Jared has been hitting on all of them. And just for context here, IMG and Elite are modeling agencies. He's a serial texter. He is constantly texting these 16 and 17-year-old girls. It's really kind of creepy. Leto's digit collecting prowess came up short with 17-year-old Elite newcomer Nadia Panchenko last week at the Maritime's La Bottega restaurant. The Ukrainian stunner declined to give up her number because she already has a boyfriend, and the fact that a frowning chaperone was standing right behind her probably didn't help Leto's case.
Did you ever watch the Chainsaw Man movie? What you think? Aki and Himeno will always be my favorite.
Still haven't seen it. I do want to watch it though. It looks really good. I really like Chainsaw Man. So I'm gonna watch it. Thanks for the donation, New.
The article claims that Jared Leto, a celebrity whom everyone could recognize instantly, was doing cold approaches on minors, not only in public, but directly in front of their chaperones with not a care in the world. These many red flags call for a reevaluation of pretty much his whole career to look for signs that he had always been flying just under the radar. For one, he's publicly associated with photographer Terry Richardson, and continued to be well after he had already been accused of sexual impropriety with the underage girls he photographed. Jared went as far far as to say this.
Talking about Terry Richardson, he says like, we have a feeling he has a common passion with you that we probably have too, but you can afford to enjoy that passion a little more.
Yeah, I think we have a lot in common, Terry and I. He's a really interesting man.
Now, obviously, this clip is out of context, but it is something that the public was taking notice of at that time. Further examination of just what's always been publicly available is that a Russian model named Valerie Kaufman, whom Jared was publicly dating during the Suicide Squad era, was someone he had met when she was just 17 and he was 40. With all of this speculation going on online, you would expect some kind of acknowledgement or denial, but instead, Jared remained radio silent during the peak of this discussion. You may think this is just because Jared avoids engaging with online rumors, but you'd be wrong, because in 2015, he sent a cease and desist letter to Lipstick Alley, the same forum where alleged groupies shared their stories about Jared. But as far as I can tell, this never went to court, and the post remained on the site. Once the direct evidence ran dry, and those who were looking into this matter ran out of first-hand testimonies, people began looking for soft tells that Jared had made on himself throughout the years. Firstly, people found that Jared was just an all-around insufferable celebrity stereotype, such as in this video where he's singling out this random guy at his show for no apparent reason.
Hold on. Hey, buddy. Hey, yo, you, with your fingers in your chin beard, what are you sitting on your fucking ass for? Huh? This is the 30 Seconds to Mars show, okay? If you can stand up, you better be up off your fucking ass right now, you hear me? Does he understand what I'm saying to him right now? No, don't look behind you, I'm looking at you. Yes, you. Yes, you.
There were also some conversations about him just being a general nuisance to the owners of the venues he played at, causing tens of thousands of dollars in property damage and never paying them back. But quickly, people also found that Jared was not your run-of-the-mill prima donna, as he fashioned himself a bit of a cult leader. In the early 2010s, it was commonplace for fandoms of popular artists to nickname themselves and develop a culture. If you liked Justin Bieber, you were a belieber. If you liked Lady Gaga, you were a little monster, and so on and so forth. It's pretty cringy looking back on it now, but it's really just teenagers being teenagers. And the artists they were fans of didn't egg it on super hard, which is probably good on their part. Jared, however, took a very different approach, as he didn't just egg it on, but instead, he started it from scratch. All the way back in 2002, 30 Seconds to Mars released a song called Echelon, and when the fandom subculture phenomenon was getting big, and
would you say that the mass immigration in Canada are not what real Canadians want? It's actually trippy how it's been happening anyway, and even more insane the Liberal government won again. Makes me think the Liberals will always win now. It's rigged.
It's not rigged, everyone's just too fucking gay. Yeah, most Canadians don't want the level of immigration that's happening. The reason they're doing it is because, big corporations just want cheap labor. So, yeah. The Liberals have rolled back their immigration targets, but it doesn't really matter anymore at this point. Thanks for the donation though, Raisin Testicle. Appreciate it. Dodo donate $2. Let me see.
You haven't even gone on the field yet. When you're 23, you were warming up. That motherfucker was just warming up. This guy's just fucking warming up. He's just warming up. Do you understand? He's.
Oh my god, this guy's fucking annoying. Whatever. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
In 2013, during the promotion of an upcoming album, Jared asked his fans to record themselves saying, "I am Echelon," right before getting a tattoo of some of their lyrics. This drew a lot of criticism for incentivizing cult-like behavior, and it didn't help that the band was also charging nearly 600 British pounds for fan meetups, which may seem like a harmless way to make money, but if you think about it, it opens a venue for rewarding, obsessive, stalker fans to realize their parasocial dreams of interacting with their idols. Overall, Overall, you can definitely call this behavior questionable, but probably not evil. With that being said, one of the most eccentric things about Jared would come to light in 2019 with the Camp Mars Island project, which in and of itself sounds like some kind of CIA experiment you would find at the bottom of a Wendigoon iceberg.
Like legit, this guy was just walking along the side of the road and saw his friend's lifeless body on the ground and thought, man, I get a free car.
Mars Island was a music festival hosted by 30 Seconds to Mars in Croatia. But music festival does not really paint a full picture. It was basically a nature retreat on this island where all of Jared's fans could go to hang out with him, and hear him and the band perform live music multiple times. And Jared really quadrupled down on the whole cult angle, dressing in all white and with a big beard and long hair, having everyone meditating with him, and publicly joking about it, tweeting things like, "Yes, we are a cult." On one hand, some people basically saw this as an inside joke for fans of the band, and that's not untrue. But if you take into account all of the claims made against him, it started to look a lot worse to a lot of people. But as far as we know, there was no questionable behavior going on at Mars Island. I mean, arguably the whole thing is questionable, but you get what I'm saying. But despite all of this stuff accumulating as the public grew increasingly sour on Jared, eventually this stuff simply lost momentum before any hard-hitting allegations were made. Mainstream media never really picked up on these stories, and all of it went under the radar. But like I said, the way these things work is that a celebrity is only put under scrutiny when their work isn't going well. Just when the backlash for his Joker performance was winding down, in 2023, Jared decided to make a major comeback with the box office hit and cinema masterpiece known as Morbius.
That movie was fucking unwatchable. I tried to finish watching that twice and I just fell asleep.
It's Morbid time.
Yeah, it's Morbid time.
If you are a literal baby, you might not remember how much of a mockery was made out of this movie.
A YouTube prankster with 6 million subs posted this animal abusing prank today. Also, when will you react to the new Frank Man?
Yeah, somebody sent me that. I hope that guy gets, like, criminally charged. That's seriously fucked. Somebody already sent me that, though. I hope he just gets his ass fucking kicked. Frank Tufano. Let's see what he's been up to. Yeah, it looks like there's some new stupid shit.
Alright. We're here in the meat room at Frankie's Free Range Meat to show you guys all of our high quality cuts of Amish pork that are just as high quality and deeply colored as the Iberico pork we've been selling for several years now. We have 16 cuts, so definitely more variety, and we've taken the time to make the highest quality liverwurst on the market, even to clean the pork skin for you guys. We got the pig feet if you want to do some special Pierre Kaufman stuff.
Yeah.
The legs, baby back ribs, sliced shoulder, aka ham. We got the deeply colored ground pork, ham shoulder, shoulder steaks, short ribs, outside sirloin. The belly is not cured, it is thinly sliced raw. We got the pork strip loin, tenderloin, inside sirloin, and ribeye chop, all for you guys on Frankie's.
Well, hopefully you get butchered like that pig, Frank.
In Japan, fruit is used as a gift a lot of times for special occasions, and it's grown with such care and precision that warrants the high price. So we have an apple here from a company called Semikia. They have like this whole bag it came in. Now the apple was wrapped individually. The apple comes in its own little wrapping. An excellent flavor, so much more expensive. So we have this sliced up here. Looks really juicy.
Yeah, this fucking retarded child won't eat apple skin.
See, I was actually thinking it'd be cool to like buy. One of my viewers left a comment on the grape video, which is just an excellent summary of all of this. You're paying for quality control. You're paying for quality control. So this is an exceptional apple. It's delicious. It's ripe. There's no negative flavors here, but is it worth the price? If it was $4 or $5, maybe you could justify having it every day, but at this price, no, because you could go and buy 10 or 20 apples and like, you know, you'd have enough high quality apples tasting each of them individually. Like, is this better than 70 to 80% of apples? Probably. Maybe even better than 90 to 95% of apples. But for its price, it doesn't really warrant it. You know, if you're here in Japan...
So Whole Foods used to have these soft dried apples that were organic, super delicious, non-perishable, really, really convenient food. And then they were discontinued. For what reason, I don't know. And all of the other dried apple products on the market, they're like dried, crunchy, hard, super chewy. They don't taste good, just really, really crappy, low quality products. And I was happy when I got my dehydrator. I was able to make these on Frankie's Strange Meat. You know, we have a big commercial dehydrator, and we actually have two types.
Yeah, I swear his eyebrows have actually grown.
Of soft dried apples for you guys. One is Honeycrisp, and one is Fuji. We didn't actually intend on being able to do this. We got lucky and found a very affordable source of apples, which made us able to do this, because apples are super expensive when you dry them out. You know, you're losing like 75% of the weight, and if you have to pay like $5 or $6 a pound for organic apples, which are really expensive, especially the Honeycrisp, it's just not feasible. But I think we've been able to make it happen for you guys and make it the same price yet the highest quality possible. So we take the organic apples, we peel them, which no one else really does. We peel them, that makes a huge difference, and then we soft dry them. So I'm gonna open these packets and taste them for you guys. So we're gonna try the Fuji first, which are the darker ones. But guys, just look at how many pieces are in here. I mean, man, $6 or $7 on the website, which is kind of insane. You might have to up the price. This is half an apple, guys. This is such a high quality product. We also have jarred Honeycrisp apples, which no like nasty bitter skin. Both really delicious, organic, and we make them affordable for.
Frank's a weirdo. So strange.
All right, guys, we're here at Happy Pancake in Ginza, Tokyo. I'm not sure I'm willing for the. I'm not sure I'm ready for this adventure today, because it's on the 7th floor. We went up there and there's like instructions to go back downstairs to the first floor to get a reservation or something on the QR code. Yeah, apparently, please register with the QR code below. All right, this is kind of confusing, but the email says, please check the waiting order and come to the store. So we're just gonna go up and see what they say. But this is a fucking disaster. I really don't want to do this. If there's like any wait, I probably won't do it. It seems like it's pretty popular. Like, it's, you know, 3 p.m. It's like a weird time and there's a bunch of people still here. So it's like you go to the elevator and there's a room and there's just like fucking 20 people waiting up here. So I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for the restroom. So there's like there's a restaurant. I'm guessing they don't have enough seats in there. That's the we're 105, so it looks like there's like 10 people ahead of us. But maybe they're open early. I don't know what time they're open. I'm sure it's still a little viral and popular for this shit. What I would do is, like, before your breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever, come here, scan the QR code.
Shows up at vegan protest to harass them, then slips on a banana. Lol. Frankers.
Sorry, this content isn't available right now. So yeah, the link he gave me is broken. Thanks for the donation though, Rich.
Go eat somewhere else, and then hopefully, like, when you're done eating, this is ready. It depends. They'll give you, like, when you scan the QR code, they'll give you an estimated wait time. And they'll give you an estimated wait time, so you'll know how much time you have. It is a breakfast place. I mean, pancakes are the highlight, but it looks like they do serve, like, eggs and bacon and stuff, too. I don't think this is more than, like, the 20 or 30 seat restaurant.
maybe 30, 35 seats. Pretty small. Okay. More QR code nonsense. The menu's pretty small. They just have like a few different types of pancakes. I think this menu here with the breakfast set is served for breakfast, not like after 1 p.m., you know? Maybe not.
When I find myself in time.
It's a nice salty cat. Oh. Oh. Cat. Cat. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Cat. Oh. Cat.
Maybe I'm wrong. But when I scanned the QR code, they didn't have like the full breakfast selection. Oh no, it says it. From 10:30 to 14:30. So after 2:30, they stop serving breakfast. So if you want like a breakfast, and by the way, Japanese people eat salad for breakfast, so that's a bit weird having some lettuce with your pancakes. Not sure I'm a fan of that one. But yeah, no, this is the regular menu, so that's the classic pancake, and then they have like berry pancakes, chocolate pancakes, a few different types. I mean, it's a good thing, you know. A lot of Japanese restaurants, you know, they specialize in one thing and they don't have too many varieties. And the only time that's a bad thing is if sometimes you go into a place and they literally only have one thing and you don't want it, so it helps to check the menu before.
No, he's not in Japan. He went back home. It was just some footage he took.
Pretty small, cramped open kitchen. Wouldn't be surprised if they were, oh, well, you know what? We're in Ginza, so hour and a half. Pancakes have arrived. That took around 20 minutes. We did pay extra for the whipped cream. I'm guessing this is maple syrup. Color doesn't look that dark, and it's not that much maple syrup. Surprised they don't give that much syrup. I'm guessing maybe this is whipped butter and this is whipped cream. So I'm going to film a short trying this real quick, and then we'll try it on this video. So these smell really eggy, and it really is kind of like an egg souffle. So this is not maple syrup. I think it's like a light honey syrup, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's some type of like tea simple syrup. I don't know, but it's definitely not maple syrup. It's not maple syrup. You can tell by the color, like it's super yellow. It's mostly eggs. The batter isn't super sweet. It's very mild. Yeah, that's definitely whipped butter. That's whipped butter. And then we got whipped cream with it. You just have like a bunch of mixtures in there going like crazy. Whipping up the pancake batter, whipping up the cream, whipping up the butter. It's like an egg souffle. It's very eggy. This is like, I don't think, it has a very strong egg smell. It definitely has an egg aftertaste. Way more than you should get in a normal pancake. If you douse it in like butter and whipped cream and all the syrup, it's pretty good, but it's good. It's tasty. I'm kind of full, so I don't really want to eat it all. Especially on my diet, I try not to eat that much eggs. I was worried about this. I didn't think it was going to be that eggy, but I guess the way they get it to souffle is they just put a ton of egg whites in it and whip it up. Yeah, I'm not sure if they could like put more whipped cream in it instead of whipped egg white, and that'll make it like less eggy. I'll talk a little bit more about it outside. It's kind of hot in here. There's a lot of people, and I'll let them free up their table. I'm sure there's plenty of people waiting outside. All right, so I took a quick look around that kitchen. I mean, they literally have a hand mixer with a steel bowl over like, you know, just a bowl of ice to keep it cold, or I don't know. I didn't see a mixing machine for the actual pancake batter souffle, so they might just be using hand mixers to whip it all up. And they only have like 2 griddles in there, so it's definitely not like super efficient. Like you would assume they'd have some like big Hobart mixer in there or something, just whipping up a big batch at once and then just like bang it all out on the grill. I feel like they could pump those pancakes out way quicker, but I don't know. I wouldn't do this again. It's okay. If there was no weight, it'd be cool to try, but I don't think they're that good. Like, they definitely needed to formulate something more like a pancake. You know, whether they needed to incorporate more whipped cream in there or use some type of other whipped product to add volume to it besides eggs, because it tastes like an egg souffle. That's exactly what it tastes like. The smell of the eggs is very overwhelming. So maybe if they put maple syrup or something in the batter, you could maybe mask the smell of the egg. If it didn't smell that eggy, honestly, it might not have been that bad, because the taste and the flavor of the egg wasn't too strong. There was a little bit of an aftertaste, but because thoughts, I'm just really surprised that those things would be overlooked. Like, how are you going to have a place named Happy Pancake that's trying to cater to like tourists and foreigners, and you're not putting maple syrup on the pancakes? Just the pancakes. So it's $10, which I feel like it's too inconvenient until they call you up. Just wait downstairs. But those are my 2 cents. So hope you guys enjoyed the video.
All right, Frank is still a tard.
Flopping, with it leaving the theaters almost immediately due to not getting any viewership, only for people to make an ironic campaign to bring it back. Funnily enough, the studios actually re-released it in theaters, thinking that this meme would translate to ticket sales. Obviously, that did not happen, which prompted people to make yet another campaign saying they were just busy that weekend and they needed Morbius to be brought back a 3rd time. With hundreds of thousands of people tweeting out, "It's Morbin time," the movie's only significance is really how much of a joke it became. But one unintended consequence of all of this is that it once again attracted people's attention to Jared Leto, and they once again began discussing his allegations. Upon doing some research, they discovered that he had recently sued the owner of a website called Michael Casting Pearls. Based on the rough details given for the lawsuit, this Michael Casting Pearls guy believed that Jared Leto was the Antichrist, and he had been posting online about it. With the lawsuit being presented this way, most people would instantly dismiss anything coming from this person as it being purely the work of someone who is out of their mind. But the thing is, if you actually browse this guy's website, on one hand you will find bizarre religious conspiracy theories, but he also made an amateur video essay about Jared, where the allegations against him are discussed, and the creator analyzes Jared's history of connections to people like Terry Richardson. Luckily for people researching this case, Michael Casting Pearls also included a link to screenshots of various people making claims about Jared over the years. I was a fan of his and underage, and I had snapped him once, and he sent me a dick pic, and I'm still so disgusted. I told a few people when it happened, and everyone said, "Ooh, what kind of picture did you send him?" As if 15-year-old me sent provocative pictures. When I was in high school, Jared Leto used to walk through the Meadow in Central Park trying to get noticed by teenage girls. Since the discussion of sexual abusers in the entertainment industry is important, I'd like to remind everyone that I witnessed Jared Leto invite an underage girl on his bus. He's a rapist and an abuser. At Jared Leto, do you remember remember being in Palmdale on a photo shoot with your friend, a photographer? She was on job for someone else when you exposed yourself to my daughter when she took you and another actor to shoot guns. Yeah, sexual assault. Still haunts her you took it out, jerk. She wasn't underage. Still, a young woman of 18 or 19 doesn't need that at any age. I could go on reading more of these, and really, I could go on because there are literally hundreds of claims coming from every country Jared had ever set foot in, with most of them being related to Jared being with girls as young as 14, 13, and even 12, including various degrees of abusing them or even giving them STDs. Of course, we can't personally verify the legitimacy of each and every one of these accusers, but with this many people coming out over the years, you have to wonder if there's an inkling of truth to what they're saying. Unfortunately, their veracity can only be evaluated if these accusers come forward in the proper legal manner, which, as of 2023, they hadn't done. But just 2 years later, Airmail published an article reporting on how these claims had recently gone from rumors to actual accusations. It starts out with more of the same we've already seen. Testimonies from people who claim they were approached by him when they were just 16, calling them multiple times over weeks to ask them sexual questions. Oddly enough, here we have the mention that Leto actually had an assistant who was aware of what he was up to and actively cooperated in finding him new victims, which is extremely disturbing to consider. But as we go deeper into this article, we finally get one named accuser, music producer Ali Teals, who alleged that all the way back in 2012, Jared had attempted to force himself onto her backstage while wearing a kilt and a snow hat. With the resurgence of the discussion surrounding him, she decided to tell her story, which prompted 50 other women to also come forward, although these claims don't have names attached to them, and they're simply people on Instagram who saw what she said and decided to echo her claims. This, in turn, forced Jared's legal representation to respond, claiming the allegations are false. Another accuser, a model named Laura LaRue, claimed Jared had exposed himself to her without warning or consent when she was just 17. All in all, while each of their specific stories haven't been told in detail by journalists, there were a total of 9 women who were formally accusing Leto of sexual impropriety. Besides Laura and Ali, another person alleged that Jared had started texting her while she was underage, with him asking her some very foul and inappropriate questions. Additionally, she claims that at one point Jared just began cranking it in front of her, insisting that she join in. In other stories, Jared specifically went to modeling agencies to try to siphon all of their underaged female models into parties that he organized so that he could get them to skinny dip in his pool. With all of this going nuclear in legitimate news outlets, a lot of people expected him to suffer some legitimate professional consequences. And that's fair, given that entire careers have been reduced to rubble over much less. But it turns out that, as the prophecies have foretold, nothing ever happens. Despite all of these allegations making the rounds in June, a major movie that was set to be a blockbuster, Tron Ares, had just been released, starring Jared Leto front and center. Now, it is worth noting that to say Hollywood gave him this role is not exactly true. Jared had been lobbying for this movie to get made way back in 2017, claiming to be a huge fan of the Tron franchise. And despite the failure of Suicide Squad happening in 2016, Jared had won an Oscar just 3 years prior for Dallas Buyers Club, meaning that at that time, the industry did have reason to believe that his career had some serious potential. Fast forward 8 years, and a lot has changed.
By erasing my mind.
Despite boasting a pretty impressive cast, a soundtrack by 9 Inch Nails, and a huge marketing campaign which involved Mr. Beast for some reason,
Let's do this.
Tron Ares was a major box office failure, although Jared may not be too concerned about it since he's already slated to appear as Skeletor in the upcoming He-Man Masters of the Universe movie, which in all likelihood will also be a failure. And the failure of Tron Ares also once again brought
I didn't know he was going to be in the new He-Man movie as Skeletor. That's a really weird casting choice. I wouldn't really think of him as Skeletor. What's this fucking retard in chat fucking going on about? Okay, so, late night stupid people in my chat.
Jared's performances as an actor under scrutiny, once again bringing the allegations against him into the spotlight. As far as public statements from Jared himself, it's been complete radio silence. His legal representative only responds directly to these news outlets, and it's only to say that the claims have no merit and nothing beyond that. Now, in fairness, I guess it is possible that somehow all of these claims are completely untrue. We've certainly seen false allegations before. But what's different about this case is the overwhelming number of claims being made. It's literally hundreds at this point. If even one of these stories is true, it's pretty damning. It's hard to say how long Jared Leto's plot armor will last, especially if more people come forward to corroborate these stories. With other major figures of the entertainment industry finally being punished for their decades of criminal conduct, I wouldn't say it's impossible for Jared to also meet the same fate. But if you want my opinion, it's going to take someone very high profile coming forward to accuse Jared before anything definitive happens.
These women are full of shit. Completely full of shit. Oh, he did this to me when I was 17, 15 years ago. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Sure. I'm sure. And then the rest is just Reddit bullshit.
Y'all gonna take me to jail?
It's like nonsense.
Take me to jail. I don't give a I had 20 black... Y'all gonna take me to jail? Take me to jail. I don't give a I had 20 black boys on my over there. You got that right, I don't want to drive. They body slammed me inside the club.
Keep your head still for me, okay?
I do got a nice truck, though.
You don't stop. Get the truck.
Please.
Back.
Okay, that is highly illegal, smashing somebody on their face when they're handcuffed.
Get up. Back it up.
Okay,
We're not
yeah,
trying
he's
to.
a
Hey,
cult.
listen.
Kill him and you.
Stop. Stop.
They're not.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
We're good.
Everything's all right.
We're good.
The Nassau County Sheriff's Office is called following the report of an intoxicated man fleeing a bar. But what should have been a standard arrest soon takes a dramatic turn, and the situation quickly spirals out of control, resulting in accusations of battery and misconduct.
You can get the back inside, or you can go to jail too.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage.
Yeah, it's great when they completely knock somebody unconscious by like smashing them on their head on the concrete when their hands are tied behind their back. And then they're like, are you going to stop pretending now? Like, you just smash them on their head.
Footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are in a Beach Police Department, following the report of an intoxicated man leaving the Hammerhead bar. When the deputies arrive, they find the suspect still in the parking lot.
Stay in the vehicle. Stay in the vehicle. Get in the vehicle.
Get in the vehicle.
HQ Colorado, we should be on that vehicle. It's going to be a blue F-150 at the hotel by the sea.
Here we go.
Activity.
How's it going, man?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I live here. I don't live here.
Okay.
I'm from Georgia. And I see that.
What'd you guess?
I'm trying to get in my room.
All right. Why y'all bloodied up, man?
Cause my toe's leaking. My toe. Just my toe.
You need rescue or anything like that, my man?
Listen, I just came from here, but when the black dudes come out, hold on. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to get jumped. I don't want to do nothing wrong. Please, sir, I'm sorry. I swear to God, here. I swear to God, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just set that down?
All
on the bed?
y'all, but look, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. No weapons. I got a cigarette. I know it's funny, but listen.
No, something else.
That truck over there.
Listen. I was at the bar. Okay, cool. They got my credit card. Everything's good. I got a lot of money. I'm making $100,000 a year.
Okay.
I'm not from here. I'm from Georgia.
You got an ID in the car?
It's in my wallet.
Do you mind if I grab it real quick?
Do whatever you do.
Okay.
Any weapons or anything?
Tyler, ain't I just got this. And I'm a happy mother.
What's all the liquid here? Did you throw up? Did you piss?
You got them right I threw up.
No,
probably sweating.
I got it, man. Don't reach in there. I got you. Hey, don't go reaching in
I ain't
there.
doing
I got you. Hang tight right there for me.
Though the man is hard to follow, his driver's license identifies him as 31-year-old Tyler Merritt. With some difficulty, Tyler attempts to explain that an altercation had taken place at the bar before he left. He says it all started because of one of his tattoos.
You see this on my stomach?
That's cool, man. You just chill here. All right?
I'm talking to you. You see this on my stomach? I ain't I did 9 years in prison, officer.
Okay.
For something I did wrong.
What'd you do?
I stole a bunch of scrap metal.
Remember I keep saying, like, don't be coming up to me?
You're right.
Cool. What'd you go to prison for?
I went to prison for theft by taking. I stole scrap metal.
Okay.
Did I need school clothes this year? My mama was smoking crack. Did I need school clothes? Come on now.
But you got, okay.
Okay, of course.
I get
Anyways, I went chain gang. I come home. I went chain gang. Parole violation. I come home. Am I on parole now? No. Am I on probation now? No.
So where'd you see him pull right out of that spot right over there?
Of course.
So you seen him drive? Mm-hmm. Okay. And he come here. Did he hit that other car?
No, I don't think he did.
Keep chilling over there.
Here,
Nah, man, I don't want that.
Y'all want to take me to jail? Take me to jail. I don't give a I got my own money. Monday,
We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, what I'm telling y'all is, them black motherfuckers over there, y'all seen them. They big football motherfuckers.
The bouncers.
You goddamn right, son.
They're the bouncers.
They said, hey.
They're security.
I was leaving, going to chase my wife.
Okay.
Though it's somewhat unclear what exactly happened, Tyler claims that he left his debit and credit card with the bartender, and when he tried to get them back, there was a confrontation with the bouncers. He then left the bar and the deputies were called. Whatever may have occurred prior to the deputies arriving would pale in comparison to the incident that was about to take place.
Why are you trying to drive?
I wasn't trying to drive, but my wife...
Man, you were parked in the median over there.
Listen.
The truck sucked them in, man.
Listen. I was parked there. You goddamn right I was parked there.
Right.
My wife left an hour and a half ago. The bartender had my debit card. I got...
Because you bought some drinks, right?
Well, what I'm telling you is, these black dudes seen this Confederate flag on my stomach. I'm 31 now, officer.
Okay.
Here's my cigarette.
Keep backing up. I don't know why you keep coming up to me.
I'm trying to leave it with my wife.
And you're trying to get your stuff back.
You goddamn right.
Okay.
That's my wife. Look how pretty
Did
she
you end up getting your stuff back or no?
No. Until the bar closed. Until they come over and say, listen to me, officer.
Because your wallet's...
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Lock me up. I don't give a I got bond money. We'll bond out, go to court. It is what it is. I paid fines. I make $52,000 a year. Y'all want to lock me up? Lock me up. We'll bond out.
You just said you made $100,000 a year.
No. I've been there 2 years. I made $122,000.
Oh, in the past 2 years. Okay.
By the grace of God.
There you go.
By the grace of God.
All right, man. So I'm going to talk to you, okay?
You want to lock me up? Let me up.
So,
what I'm saying is...
Listen to me. You going to let me talk?
I go leave. You goddamn right. You disrespect the white folks. Listen, I am a white folk.
He's got some things.
So I got to talk to you real quick, okay? So, I got you. Based on some of these events tonight, I believe that you're impaired. What I got to do...
But I got a motel.
I got you. Well, I got to make sure that you're safe to operate a motor vehicle from you moving that motor vehicle to here to there.
She drive.
I get you that you don't want to drive. However, you were just caught driving.
From there to there.
From there to there.
You want to do whatever you want to do?
So I got it.
I respect that.
So listen to me.
Listen
to me.
You're right.
I'm going to now ask that you conduct standardized field sobriety exercises to determine. I got a list of exercises I'm going to have you do if you choose to.
You want it, whatever you want. I'll do.
Okay.
Despite his compliance, getting Tyler to actually complete the field sobriety tests would be easier said than done.
Are you not wanting to perform the exercises?
I don't want to drive. You goddamn right I don't want to drive. The only reason
I'm saying the exercises. Are you...
Because I had 20 black boys on my over there. You goddamn right I don't want to drive. They body slammed me inside the club. Only thing I was asking was for my debit card.
Are you wanting to do exercises?
If you want it, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. But I'm going to have you listen. I need you to listen to me.
What
I will talk to you in just a second. I'm going to have you lean right there on that push button.
No, I got a room inside.
I'm going to have you follow this lighted stimulus with your eyes and your eyes only.
I'm sorry.
I want you to keep your head still. I'm going to move it side to side. And
I swear to God, do y'all. Listen. Well, I'm sorry.
Listen to me, man. I'll let you talk in a second.
I didn't want to crank my truck. I didn't want to leave the motel. But you can get, when you got 30 black boys looking at a Confederate flag, you racist mother. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be racist. Whatever y'all want, I'll do it. I'm shut up.
All right. I'm going to have you follow this lighted stimulus with your eyes and your eyes on. Keep your head still, okay?
So you plan on jumping me?
Keep your head still for me, okay?
I do got a nice truck, though. Sir, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to drive. You want to hit me? Do you hit me? I'll pay that. I'll go to court. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't talk. I got a motel here, though. Them black boys don't give a cause they wanted to up. I was just trying to get my credit card. Go back to the motel room, go to sleep. I'm sorry. I swear to God, officer.
Here's what I'm gonna have you do, okay? Stand up normal for me.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have you turn and look at these. There's two, a red and blue light right there.
Tyler is informed he's being arrested for suspected DUI. While he seems understanding, securing Tyler in the back of the vehicle also proves to be a challenge.
If you're gonna throw up, you let me know.
Listen, officer.
You hit that side.
I'm on your side.
All right, if you're gonna throw up, don't look at me.
God, listen.
See that right there? You gotta sit right there.
I'll do whatever you want me to.
Cool, sit right here.
But what I'm saying is, my wife. Don't let her divorce me.
Oh, dude, that's between you and your wife. That ain't between me.
I know, but right now I'm going to jail.
Crawl up in there.
Goddamn, man, cause...
Yeah, you gotta lean back, kind of step up.
Officer, I swear to God, just pick me up.
Well, you're all bloody and stuff.
You got,
I don't want to get your blood all over me.
Am I? My knee.
Yeah, don't be kicking me with that. All
Officer,
right, scoot on in. Just scoot.
I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Scoot.
Whatever you want, I'm down.
All right, cool. Scoot.
God damn, that hurts.
All right, here.
Oh, I am bleeding.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Officer,
I'm just pushing you in a little bit, all right?
Well, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
All right, now you can sit up straight.
I ain't against nothing, officer.
Cool.
I swear, I got a motel here if you want.
All right, cool. I'll be right back with you, all right?
Listen.
I'll be right back with you.
Whatever you want, I'm down.
All right, cool. I'll be right back.
During all of this, Tyler's wife and nephew have been waiting on the other side of the parking lot. Deputy William Woods, who will soon be involved in a shocking and unexpected incident, now approaches them.
Alrighty. He wants your stuff to go with you. Or his stuff to go with you.
Yeah, come on, brother.
Alrighty. We are conducting an inventory of the vehicle now. Search incident to arrest. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I understand y'all got some kids here, right? I'm not going to tow your vehicle tonight. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Bro, what you yelling for?
I'm trying to tell my wife the truth. I want nothing.
She knows the truth.
I'm trying to go to sleep.
Okay, well, you can take a nap right back here, all right?
I love you.
All right, man.
The deputy once again leaves Tyler alone in the back of the vehicle, but despite claiming he wants to go to sleep, he continues shouting. Tyler's wife is adamant that he never drinks. In fact, this is the first time he's drank in 3 years after getting clean.
He is a little happy when he gets drunk, though.
He's like when he ain't
It's
drunk.
not funny. It scares me bad.
I get it.
Without warning, Deputy William Woods makes a split-second decision that changes everything.
If you don't stop.
That is absolutely unhinged and fucking crazy. Doesn't give the guy any kind of warning, doesn't say, like, you're gonna have to shut up or anything. Just slams him on his fucking face when he's handcuffed. Blink donated $2. People are dumb.
Kirk was not assassinated because he was political. He was eliminated because he broke the silence contract. Give me 60 seconds and we'll break down the moment he crossed the line. On the surface, this looks like another political hit, but here's what activated his execution. He started threading Epstein's network out loud, not just speculation.
Let me just block this person. There we go. And they're blocked. Thanks for the donation, Blank. Hopefully I never see their fucking garbage again.
Get the truck.
Please.
Back it up. Back it up.
Dude, that is insane. Just smashed him on his face.
Everybody back up.
He's got a bullet in his back. You
back it up. Back it up.
Over here
hey,
now.
You can't be breaking out windows.
No, but you
back it. Hey.
He was not breaking out a window.
Hey, if you don't stop, back it.
Come on.
Back it up.
You ain't scaring me, boss.
No, you're good. Just back it up. All right? Hey, man.
We're just
Hey, man.
he does have a bullet on his back.
He's trying to break out our windows. That's not cool. Hey, no. We're not trying to. Hey, listen.
Kill him and you.
Stop. Take a breath. Take a breath.
We're good.
Everything's all right.
As soon as he hit the ground, Tyler was knocked unconscious.
Let's get him in recovery.
Dude, cops are so fucked. Yeah, congratulations. You might have killed a guy.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's breathing.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. He's unresponsive. He can't move. We're not sure if he's alive or dead, but he's just fine.
We're gonna make sure he's all right.
Yanking him out of the truck like that was unnecessary.
Him trying to bust out the window is unnecessary.
Yeah, but he's drunk.
It don't matter.
You sober.
Hey, man.
Buddy, you threw him on the fucking ground onto his face. That is not going to do anything to protect your stupid fucking window.
This is our job.
No, they ain't no damn job.
It is. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Hey, 25 yards away.
And, of course, does not take any responsibility whatsoever, acknowledging he did anything wrong.
For me. You can. You're not trying to...
Yeah, and of course, when people criticize him, you want to get arrested too?
Interfere. You're just making sure he's good. I understand.
Fucking hate the police.
Just hang out right there for me, all right? We can't just be...
He just doesn't have his bullet on his spine.
I understand.
If it's hit the wrong way, it will paralyze him.
Okay. Okay.
It will knock him out.
His wife explains that he was shot 2 years ago, and the bullet was never removed.
He's moving and breathing. Relax, relax. Yeah. Headbutting and kicking.
I'm trying.
Tyler from the vehicle is William Woods. Deputy Woods will expand on this claim about Tyler's actions later, but his own body cam footage will leave the truth of the situation up for debate. For now, while they wait for EMS to arrive, the other deputy attempts to explain the situation to Tyler's wife.
We have things that we have to do, you know what I mean? Like, we can't just, like, let people break out our windows. So, like, that was the only thing. Like, had he just himself harm, you know what I mean?
Why did they give me a car? What they give you about the club? I don't know. Please help. Please help.
So when y'all got here, he was doing what?
He was trying to drive. He almost crashed twice. Went to do DUI. I got him in the back of the car. He started trying to bust the windows out. And so I opened the door. When I opened the door, he kicked towards it.
Yeah. Oh, lying. Yeah, he kicked towards it.
And I snatched him.
I think he just literally threw him on his face.
At the same time, and he went straight down head first.
Tyler has injuries to his feet and legs, which occurred during his altercation with the bouncers, and now has a gash on his head. Before he can be transported, Deputy Woods adjusts Tyler's handcuffs.
Listen to me.
Listen to him.
I'm going to take these handcuffs off of you. They're going to come to the front. When I do that, don't do anything stupid.
I swear to God.
Custody.
Okay. While one deputy explains the jail process to Tyler's wife, Deputy Woods heads to speak with a colleague where he will once again share his version of events.
All right? Yeah, I'm good. Anyone else? Just him. None of us. Starts banging his head against the windshield. I don't have bars or anything like that, so I go to open the door. That's when he kind of kicks the door into me. I grab him. He kind of jumps
Like, this is all on camera. I don't know why he bothers lying.
out, and I'm taking him out of the car, and he just hit the ground.
In his report, Deputy Woods described that Tyler, quote, began to bang his head against the rear driver's side window, causing it to flex and bow in an outward manner. I advised him to stop headbutting the window and attempted to open the rear door to keep the arrestee from harming himself.
He literally did not tell him to stop banging his head on the window. Literally just opened the door, slammed him.
When I opened the rear door of my patrol vehicle, the arrestee lunged out of the vehicle as I was trying to pull him out of the vehicle. The arrestee went limp and fell to the ground, hitting his head on the asphalt. Deputy Wood's own body cam captures this exact moment.
Get the truck.
Please,
Back it up. Back up now. Back it up.
Notably, though his report states he told Tyler to stop headbutting the window, Deputy Woods isn't heard saying this in any of the body cam footage.
If you don't stop,
get the truck.
Please.
Back it up. Back
Dude,
it up.
that is crazy.
At the scene, Tyler's wife and nephew...
Like, he literally could have killed the guy.
You follow the ambulance to the hospital.
You only want to use force? Yeah. Taking I am. I had him for DUI. He's mine.
According to court documents, Tyler Merritt was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, obstructing or opposing a police officer without violence, and careless driving. He was adjudicated guilty of driving under the influence. The charge of obstructing or opposing a police officer was not prosecuted, and the careless driving charge was dismissed. According to court documents, Deputy William Woods was later investigated and faces charges of battery and official misconduct. He's pled not guilty. However, the case remains ongoing.
Fucking cops, dude.
Monogamy. Weirdly.
What What a piece of shit. Dad realizes he ran over his baby. That one sounds good.
SUV, and then the SUV drive and hit the baby.
I was walking that way.
With your baby?
No, he was supposed to be in the car.
You see the binky in the road? Yeah, the pacifier. And there's blood here in the roadway.
Was it in a carrier? Nothing, sir.
Just
They put the baby out like it was a bag of trash.
In Jacksonville, Florida, horrified bystanders
Yes, Florida. That makes sense.
watch as an 8-month-old baby boy is run over by an SUV in the middle of a busy street. When the driver continues on as if nothing happened, the disturbing scene leaves witnesses reeling and investigators stunned when they learn how it happened and who is to blame.
Bro, please don't tell me y'all what y'all finna tell me. I'm in trouble for that.
The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. On the morning of January 25, 2025, officers with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office are dispatched to the scene of a traffic incident involving an infant.
Oh my God, I ran over this baby. Jesus Christ.
By the time they reach the scene, the fire department has already begun life-saving measures on 8-month-old Pablo Kai Golden, whose injuries are severe. An officer approaches witnesses in search of the driver.
It was a black car right here, but he said he gave the tag number and everything.
The person who saw it,
yeah, he already left.
He gone.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see what happened?
No, sir.
The infant's mother, 20-year-old Shamir, is comforted by bystanders as an officer tries to understand how her 8-month-old son ended up in the roadway.
Where did this happen?
This just happened right in the middle of the road. I can't call nobody.
Were you walking or were you in a car?
I was walking that way.
With your baby?
No, he was supposed to be in the car.
After witnessing the incident, another driver followed the suspect's black GMC Terrain to a nearby gas station, alerting 911 dispatchers to his location. They quickly responded, taking the driver into custody.
I don't even get to talk, man.
No, you're going to get to talk. You'll get to talk.
The man is identified as 20-year-old Justin Golden, the infant's father.
Hey, just let her pat you down. You don't have nothing on you, right?
Oh, I ain't even letting me talk before anything. Like, what?
No, you're going to get to talk. We don't want to ask you.
You know, it's eugenics. You know, dumb motherfuckers wipe out their own genes, so, you know, it's fine. It's all fine.
You're nothing yet.
Can you watch this? Yeah. I'm not gonna go nowhere.
No, I know you're not.
All right, but I didn't get a chance to double lock it, so I'm going to double lock these handcuffs. That'll keep the handcuffs from tightening up on you.
The 8-month-old boy is rushed in critical condition to Wolfson Children's Hospital. Meanwhile, additional officers arrive to offer support at the scene.
Where you need me?
You got it locked down now.
Okay.
Crime scene's right here.
Okay.
See the blood and the binky. Right over here.
Oh, Binky, here. Okay.
Blood from that.
So what happened?
Doesn't look good.
What happened?
Well, the witness over here in the leopard print shirt said that the woman was in a black SUV. She got out of the SUV, and then the witness sees a baby outside of the SUV, and then the SUV drive and hit the baby, and then take off.
791, I'm going 1097.
I don't know. Did the baby get out and then got ran over on accident?
Right.
Or did somebody put the baby out? We don't know those details yet.
Detectives will soon uncover the full story, but the truth of what happened will leave them in utter disbelief. While waiting for them to arrive, Justin grows increasingly impatient.
You guys send me to the station or send me home.
Not yet.
So I can't even go to the station yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
We got somebody gonna come here to talk to you.
My arms are really
I know it.
Like,
I know it. We got some people coming here to talk to you.
Do you know how long it's gonna be?
I don't know exactly.
Since I came, I'm not trying to rush. I'm not rushing you guys.
No, I get that.
I just want to know.
I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but some detectives are coming.
Some what?
Some detectives.
At the crime scene, a sergeant is briefed on the situation.
What the crap?
I mean, he placed the
Binky's over here, blood on the ground.
Yeah, blood with pacifier.
Yeah. You see the binky in the road? Yeah, the pacifier. And there's blood here in the roadway. So thick out here. It was here in this stretch. There's some blood here. Yeah. Right there. There it is.
We got some blood. That's some distance.
He didn't look. The baby didn't look. The baby was unconscious when I saw him.
Okay.
I don't know what its status is right now.
Detectives arrive at the hospital and briefly interview the infant's mother, Shamir. She explains that she and Justin, along with their infant son, had just left Walmart before arriving at the traffic light. Justin's mother had given them $50 for diapers, and after making the purchase, the two began to argue over how to spend the leftover money. With this knowledge, the detectives instruct officers to bring Justin in for an interview, and after reading his Miranda rights, he begins to explain his side of the altercation.
From the point we got there is when she started like arguing because she wanted McDonald's.
Okay.
That was like right there. But I was letting her know I gotta put gas in the car before I can do anything.
Okay, so you were just trying to let her know, hey, before we go get food, you gotta get gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
By Shamir's account, the total they spent was $41.95, leaving the leftover funds at approximately $8. But according to Shamir, Justin wanted to spend the money on marijuana. She later agreed to come in for an interview and shared more details about what happened next.
I said, you know what? I get out this car and start walking because I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
So then that's when he continued, you and your son can get out. I'm not taking my son anywhere because I don't want nothing crazy to happen to him or you do anything crazy to him, you know?
Justin further explains why he didn't want to drive off with his son.
She slapped me, got out the car and put him in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
Then she walked across the street a little bit. And in the midst of her walking, she turned around and was like, okay, watch. When the police comes and gets you, you'll know just why they came.
Okay.
And I yelled at her. I was like, bro, no, bro, get your son, bro.
Okay.
I'm not doing that today. That's exactly what I said.
So she turns around, yells at you, whatever. You don't want Pablo in the car because you don't want to be responsible for him, right?
Right.
Okay.
She has a thing where she'll like threaten me with the laws and say stuff like, I'm going to tell them that you kidnapped them.
Shamir admits to taking baby Pablo, who wasn't buckled in, out of his car seat and placing him in the passenger seat before walking away. The witness who ultimately alerted police to Justin's location at the gas station returns to the scene and in chilling detail describes what she saw happen next.
So as I was coming out, he was right here at the red light. He opened the baby, put the baby down. I was like, well, damn,
Out of which door?
The driver door.
Driver door?
Yes, sir. He was right here at this red light.
Facing this way?
He was, yeah. So I chased him. I'm the one called to say I was following him. And another lady hopped out and jumped and got the baby. So since she got the baby, I kept going. He made that right here, cut through, and went to the gate gas station.
So when you say he got out of the driver's seat?
No, he didn't get out the car. He just opened his door.
Oh, he opened his door and he
laid the baby down.
On the ground.
Was it in a carrier?
Nothing, sir.
Just
put the baby out like it was a bag of trash.
And you didn't see where she was?
No, I don't know what like I said, she either had to be at that light, but she wasn't with him.
Okay.
She came out of nowhere.
What made you follow him to the gate?
Because that was just shocking. I was like, somebody need to get this tag. I don't know if y'all had cameras right here. I just wanted to be a good scenario.
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Like, this is wrong. I'm still shaking. My
yeah.
kids are in that car. That's not nothing I wanted to witness this morning.
While multiple witnesses were shaken by the tragic scene, Shamir claims she didn't see it happen at all.
And I'm walking towards the sidewalk and I hear the lady that's in the car that was behind us at the stop, like, oh my God, you just threw the baby out of the car. As soon as she say that, I hear my baby crying, and I hear him stop crying. Okay. Like in the midst of me turning around all this stuff, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing him cry, and I just hear him stop and I rush because his car is coming, so I rush to go get him.
While the infant's mother rushed to her son's aid, investigators are left to wonder why his father, Justin, simply kept driving as though nothing happened.
Did you feel like you hit anything when you were leaving the scene?
God, on the truth, no. Okay. If I did, I would have stopped.
Did you feel a bump or did you hear any kind of scream?
He literally put the baby in front of the car.
Screaming, anything like that?
No.
So what do you think happened?
Dude, you would feel a baby if you ran over a baby. Like, I've run over apples, and I felt apples, you know? Like, you feel little bumps on the road, so you're gonna feel a fucking baby.
So, Mr. Pablo, were you told anything about what happened to him?
No.
Like, do you know why we're here?
I swear to God, I don't.
Justin is about to face the devastating truth of what he's done. but his reaction to the news leaves investigators stunned.
Unfortunately, you struck him with the car. Mr. Pablo was transported to the hospital. Unfortunately, he did not survive. Okay.
Bro, please don't tell me y'all what y'all finna tell me. I'm in trouble for that.
We don't know. That's why I want to talk with you.
Bro, please.
Okay.
Bro, no fool, bro. I know y'all could just go ahead and just tell me, bro.
Well, we have a lot of stuff that we need to talk about, and
bro,
I know. I'm sorry that we had to tell you this.
Bro, I'm in trouble for this.
Well,
we're not
sure
talking about who's in trouble. We're trying to notify you that your son is dead, sir. And we're just trying to get all the details. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Operation number 1 is, can we get details? Can we get a picture of what happened?
I wanted to get your side of the story.
Like, bro, I know you want to get my side, but it's like, can someone call my mom? Please, someone please call my mom. Please.
We're not going to stop and call her right now.
I know, but
I'm that much.
I get it.
Bro,
we're sorry.
I'm trying to calm down, bro.
Okay.
But it's one of those situations where God honest, like, bro, y'all gotta understand, bro. It's one of them situations, God honest truth, God can strike me right now. Like, I promise to God on everything I love. I know you guys don't care about me saying none of that. I know. But it's one of them situations, I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was hoping for her to come over there and grab the baby. I did. I even turned the wheel. That's why I'm asking, like, are there any cameras at the...
That's something we're working on.
Police records describe surveillance video of the incident, showing the driver open the door and an unclear movement downwards before the door closes again. As the vehicle moves away, the body of the infant and his small feet are seen laying on the double yellow line. What the report doesn't describe is where the victim was struck, but the witness provides a hauntingly detailed account of her own.
So did you see the baby then?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was a bag of trash too. When he ran it over, you seen the baby like jump.
Oh.
Yeah. The front
Dang.
tire. Yeah.
Dang. And front tire.
Yes, sir.
Was the baby standing or laying?
No, it's newborn. The baby was laying down. He laid it like on his side.
Which wheel hit the baby?
The front wheel. I'm not pretty
Did
sure
he
it's the
back
right
up?
one because by the time he turned, he missed the baby, I want to say.
So,
But that front wheel, no, he just went through it.
So was it the back tire?
I want to say that front tire hit the baby. So by the time he turned, I want to say that back one probably missed it. Because it only looked like he probably got hit once.
But you saw the baby do get hit.
Yes, sir.
So that's what he meant by turning the wheel. So this idiot put the baby in front of the car. And I'm figuring he didn't want to run over his kid. He just thought he'd scare his girlfriend or something by, like, almost hitting it.
He definitely ran over that baby. That baby humped.
Dang.
Ain't no way, bro. Alright. Okay. Be in trouble for something that I know for a fact that I'm sorry, that I know for a fact I did not intend to do. Please don't leave me, bro.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna step out, make some couple phone calls, and
I'm telling you, bro.
I understand.
Like, bro, I'm telling you what. Like,
it might be good for you to just have a moment.
How, bro?
Process.
How? It's going process, but still, I'm still looking at the fact that I'm probably finna get in trouble for doing something to my own son.
Not yet.
We're not talking about
We're
trouble.
not yet. Nobody's talked about anything about you going anywhere.
But once they step out, an officer steps in, and Justin's expression twists in shock.
You just told me.
These are strictly
No, these are just for your protection.
We're about your safety. Yeah.
I'm good. I promise I'm good.
Well, we have a duty to keep you safe, okay? So,
I don't, bro. Please, bro. No, bro.
we're gonna do this, okay?
This is just for safety. I promise you. Okay?
Once Justin is left on his own, he continues to plead in desperation.
God, you know the truth. You know the truth, God. God, you know. Somebody come talk to me, please. I can't do it alone. Somebody come talk to me. I know it was bad, but it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't my intent. Please hear me out. Please. Yeah, it's my son. Please hear me out. Like, why y'all doing me like this? I would never do that to my mom. Please.
Son together, an older boy. They work to understand if he's ever put either of them at risk in the past.
Has he ever hurt the kids? Never touched them, never said he wanted to touch them?
No, never say he harm them. Well, he'll say things.
Like what?
Like little stuff, like when people get on your nerves, like, oh, I'll pop this baby, or, you know, not no serious, oh, I'll throw him off the bridge, or I'll run him over, or...
I've never had an issue with hurting him. Why would I do it now? Why would I choose today to hurt my son? Why? Like, you guys gotta think about it. Why would I hurt my son?
We both sober.
Okay.
We both sober as heck.
Did you guys smoke weed today?
We sober.
Okay. Does he drink at all? Did he drink today? Okay.
We don't even drink like that.
How am I getting faulted? I did not know. An innocent person, really? Like,
domestic violence on me. You know, marks and stuff on my face from him. That's how mad he gets. Okay. I never see him. That's why I got out the car, because he does that type of stuff. He put his hands on me. That's why I had my mace with me, because he does that. So instead of you putting your hands on me, I'm gonna get out to avoid the situation. But instead of you putting your hands on me, you killed our son.
Like, what more do you need for me to prove that I love my son? Like, come on, bro.
Whether it was an intentional act of violence or a horrific accident, investigators conclude that Justin's actions of leaving the child on the roadway near a major intersection demonstrated reckless and a willful and wanton disregard for the safety of the child.
How can you frame someone like this, bro? Hitting nothing or nobody.
An autopsy later revealed that the cause of death for 8-month-old Pablo Kai Golden was the lacerations of the brain, blunt impact to his head, and fractures of his skull as a result of being run over. The facts are all the more tragic given that the chain of events began with a dispute over approximately $8.
My baby gone.
The manner of death was ruled homicide.
Here's the deal.
Oh, dude. These fucking degenerate fucktards.
You are being arrested. Okay. We're going to take you across the street right now. Okay?
Nobody has even considered how I feel about my own son. The rest of the letter describes his mother's poor medical condition and his desires to be with her and his only remaining child. In September 2025, he changed his plea to guilty to aggravated manslaughter of a child in the death of his son, 8-month-old Pablo Kai Golden. The charge of vehicular homicide was dropped. Before sentencing, he wrote a second letter to the judge claiming, "The tragic incident that happened with my son was an accident." He also argued that sending him to prison would endanger his life due to the notoriety of his case. He continued his plea, stating, "My life hangs in the balance of your hands. I'm asking you to help me." He remains in custody while awaiting sentencing, which is scheduled for December 1st, 2025. He faces a maximum of 30 years in prison. If you'd like to see
Jesus. What a... Those aren't even Walmart people. I don't even know what you call that. That's just, trash. God damn it. Fuck. Why is this,
It's Michael Rivers. Today we're reacting.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Well, that's the most appropriate place to pray I've ever seen in my life.
So, South Yucca Police Department, make yourself present! Was there a gunshot?
Yes.
Where's your firearm? Did you shoot her?
Yes, sir.
A lot of blood.
That's what we call self-snitching. Jesus.
I'm sorry. But that's what you deserve.
Why you make me do this?
Gunfire echo.
So now, shooting an unarmed person. Let's talk about shooting an unarmed person. You ever see that The Unforgiven, where Gene Hackman says to Clint Eastwood,
Yeah, I'm a Walmart person now. They got some good cheap-ass broccoli.
but as he blows away the guy who owned the bar, who owns this shithole? And he blows him away. And
They
Gene
also
Hackman
got
says,
cheaper tofu,
"But
too.
you just shot an unarmed man." He said, "Well, he should have armed himself if he was going to decorate his saloon with my friend." You know, there are times where you can shoot an unarmed person. You know, one of the most classic one is the battered wife syndrome. And I know that I don't call it battered wife syndrome anymore, but that's what it used to be. Let's say you've just been beaten, and it's years of beating, years of abuse. You remember, who was that one chick? The gal who the mom had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and she hired her boyfriend to kill her mom. The boyfriend got like life or something, and she got like 8 years. Gypsy Rose. And then she winds up marrying some fat fuck right out of prison, and he's all happy. Hey, I finally found a woman. And then she winds up, ditching him when she gets some money and fame. But being abused is a real thing, and it can mess with your head. And so if you shoot somebody, like this, now I have no idea what the rest of this is going to be. I can be completely off the mark. And if you see me completely off the mark, well, tell all your friends.
Echoes through the neighborhood when a teenager shoots her own mother in what she claims is an act of self-defense. But this violence is rooted in dark family tragedies, and its arrival comes on a night where anything could happen.
I'm having a seizure.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the evening of April 26, 2024 in South Euclid, Ohio,
these people are
home
fucking
security cameras
chimpanzees.
watch and record the bizarre movements of 19-year-old Nia Patterson.
I've never understood recording cameras in your house. I can see what's going on in my house. I don't think they're recording. Maybe they are, and I just don't know it. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be recorded the whole time in my house.
Nia never leaves, and moments later, she's back in the house. These inexplicable scenes aren't just captured by the Ring cameras in her house. They're also filmed by Nia herself.
Fuck.
The other thing that comes to mind is mental health.
Yeah,
I had
crazy
a
bitch.
client that he thought somebody that was on the side of the road was a neighbor, was evil, and so he ran him down and killed him. Just cold blood. And he was deemed non-competent to proceed. So he sat in the, rubber room for a while. And, so just because somebody does something that's bold like this does not necessarily mean that they're necessarily going to get a life in prison sentence.
Despite running away, Nia is soon back in the house once again, and her rage is evident. No answer comes, but when the police are called to the residence about an unresponsive female, they will see exactly what Nia has done.
South Euclid Police!
There are ring cameras in here. I'm gonna stand right here because I don't want y'all to think I'm coming down.
Is someone unresponsive?
Yes.
Where?
Upstairs.
Where? Okay. What's going on? Where are they at? Here, let's go here. What's going on? Where are they at? Where are they at? Show me where they're at. What's going on? Yes, I got a male with female. Looks like a stab wound to the back. Okay. 1 second. Turn around, put your hand by your back.
Yes, sir.
Stay right there. Ma'am, come with me. Sit. Was there a gunshot?
Yes.
Where's your firearm? Did you shoot her?
Yes, sir.
Where's the firearm?
It's outside. I don't have it. It's outside.
Sit here, cross your feet. Don't move.
Yes, sir.
With Nia's confession darkening the tragic situation, the officer tries to provide aid to the victim, her mother, Angela Bates.
Ma'am, you here? You here? Yes, I have a female detained in the upstairs hallway. She's cuffed, starting compressions.
I copy.
Medics and additional police soon arrive, and Nia is taken to a patrol car.
Where's that firearm at?
Dropped it somewhere outside.
What kind of firearm is it?
It was like, I don't know.
What color?
Black.
Black?
The gun can actually be seen in Nia's left hand as she descends the stairs in the ring footage.
Now, just because I gave you some scenarios where an unarmed person can get shot and it be justified, it's an uphill battle when somebody's unarmed. But something's going on here. There's more mental health and probably, I'm guessing, abuse, but I'm just saying that off the top of my head.
Can you just stay? I'm going to look for a firearm. I got her detained in the back. Her firearm's in the back somewhere. I want to get this firearm secured. There's like 6 shell casings.
6 shell casings. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, I got in the front seat of this car.
As the cops investigate, Nia is left with only herself to talk to, or so it would seem.
I'm sorry, but that's what you deserve. I love y'all. Is that?
I'm sorry, but that's what you deserved. You know, what does that tell you? That tells you. So what do you do with somebody like this? Because you're going to have to determine what the issues are. I mean, is there a mental health thing here? And it certainly seems like.
The shocking events of the night are only made more unsettling.
Is she rehearsing?
Nia is transported to the police station for booking, and her initial thoughts are with her mother.
Did she make it?
I don't know.
Can y'all let me know if y'all find out?
Well, what we're going to do is we're just going to book you in. We're not going to ask you any questions about what happened. Our detective.
So the reason they're not doing that is because they wait for the homicide detectives to come. Because they want to know everything they can about.
He's only 10, but he's the same height as me. He's not no little kid. And he comes running down and he's crying to me. And he like, Dad, he was like, I hate her. I want her to leave. And he said she just be talking about killing and to be scaring me. I'm not that sensitive where I'm like your mental illness is a justification and the excuse for you for what you did.
At the station on the night of the shooting, the focus quickly shifts from what Nia did to the onset of a medical emergency.
If you start feeling lightheaded or anything like that, you need to let me know so that I can. I'm upstairs to you. That I can take care of you. Do you need to sit down on the floor? You just do that. Just like sit over here and lean against your back against there. Okay. If you start to feel.
And who's responsible for really, really
medical issues that you.
Reaching out for help. Reaching out for help.
That was for my siblings.
She killed my siblings, y'all. Probably y'all. She got my siblings killed.
Nia's family is one that has been stricken in recent years. In a speech at National Gun Violence Survivors Week, her mother, Angela Bates, spoke emotionally about losing 3 children in unrelated shooting incidents. That speech was in January, just 3 months prior.
May I ask how they died? They got shot.
It's not clear why Nia blames her mother for the deaths of her sister and 2 brothers, but it's clear that tonight's events are taking their toll on her.
Yeah, just sit back, okay? Don't let you pull in your arm out of the socket or anything, okay?
Alright, well, she's just crazy.
Generally, you shoot somebody in the back, they're away from you.
Yep, crazy, crazy, crazy. Just plain old crazy. Alright. I'm gonna go to bed now. So
what would you like the world to know about you?
That I'm a really nice kid with special needs, and it's really difficult for me. I've been called like a fat. I've been called purebifid by a lot of people. I've been called like stupid and an a-hole by a lot of people.
What would you like to communicate to people who say things like that?
I just want to be a friend.
Tell me all about.
I've never seen somebody with so much like neck fat. It's like no chin. It's not even like a double chin, it's just no chin. Alright. I'm gonna have to go to bed, but yeah, I had to do stuff with the motorcycle today. I had to wait for a part to come in and then swap out the steering damper. That's why I ended up streaming late. But tomorrow should be able to stream at a normal time. Anyway, big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.